Very good morning to one and all present in this meeting. I would like to welcome you all in the fourth day, session 1 of 5-day FDP on Internet of Things. For that, I am going to invite our today's expert, Dr. Vijayashree Chaurasia ma'am from MNIT Bhopal. She will going to deliver the lecture on IoT for biomedical. Before that, I would like to introduce her. Ma'am has done PhD in the image processing, MTech in digital communication, BTech in electronics and communication engineering. With more than 20 years of academic and research experience in electronics and communication engineering field, she's having post-PhD experience of 10 years. She has guided 9 PhD, in which 5 has awarded, 1 submitted, and 3 is ongoing, with 20 MTech theses. She has published 75 research papers in reputed journals, that is in 43 international and 1 in, national journal, and 27 international conferences and 4 national conferences. She has received MP Young Scientist Award in the year 2012 by Government of Madhya Pradesh. She has delivered 25 expert lecture in various FDPs and STTPs, as well she has conducted various STTPs and national conferences also. So I would like to welcome ma'am. Welcome ma'am, and I'm going to handing over the session to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Vibha madam, and thank you, Vikas sir, and thank you, Divya madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks for inviting, and I'll say hello to all the participants as well, and hope you people will at least gain something from this lecture. And this will definitely, I'll be very happy with that. If a piece of it in the IoT for biomedical, you will be able to grab from this lecture. Thank you once again. Yeah. So the lecture entitled as IoT for biomedical applications. So I think since it is a fourth day, so all of you must be familiar with the IoT. What is IoT? That is Internet of Things, right? Now, second thing in the lecture, that is biomedical applications. Biomedical means something which is related to biomedical things. Now, what is biomedical things? Biomedical things is all about things which are connected to the medical domain with the humans. So we'll continue this discussion with the content. So content here in which we will be covering it all, that is firstly, because we need to understand biomedical application from that perspective, I'll be taking a brief about the Internet of Things as well. Followed by that, IoT for healthcare. Then concluding remark into it, and future of IoT. So these will be the broader content of today's presentation. We'll start with IoT. So if I talk about what is IoT, IoT, Internet of Things, it can be anything that can be connected will be connected with the help of Internet of Things. This is the motto behind the Internet of Things, that whatever could be connected and controlled remotely, that will be connected. That is what the IoT is. So firstly, as I told you that we'll be taking up IoT. So under IoT, first content will be introduction, then benefits of IoT, applications and use of IoT, and lastly, top IoT technologies and trend. Basically, this top IoT technology and trend, will give us the idea that further research can be done in what kind of connected things of IoT. So this is what we'll be dealing here, because this is the thing which will be giving the listeners the leads about that further work can be done in which directions. So firstly, introduction, which will be mainly telling you people that what is IoT. So IoT is a system of interrelated computing devices, mechanical and digital machines, mechanical and electronic objects, even the living being that are provided with unique identifiers can be connected through Internet of Things, that is IoT. It offers ability to transfer data over a network without requiring human to human or human to computer interaction. That is the agenda of IoT. IoT is a sensor network basically. Sensor network, I think you people must be familiar with. Sensor network basically it is some sort of interconnected components of the sensors which sense some information out of the surrounding where it has been placed and transfers it to some destined location. That may be very close, that may be very far away. So IoT is basically is a sensor network, and it is of billions of smart devices. Smart devices, see, smart is a very, you can say, broad word. Broad word means smart basically in a raw way. If I would be telling you people, then smart represents something where intelligence is involved. Now the question comes, what is intelligence? Intelligence means whatever device we are using that is not behaving in a same way in all these situations. Rather, smart means the behavior of the device will be varying automatically with the surroundings or the environment provided to that particular device. Means, say, I'll take one simple example of a smart light. Smart light or smart street light, that may be home light as well, right? So smart light, if I am taking a 40-watt tube light, that is not smart, right? 40-watt tube light is not smart. Simple tube light, what will happen, whatever the time is, whatever the situation is, if we'll be on the switch, what will happen, it will be delivering a light of 40 watts power involved into it. But the requirement varies from situation to situation. So if we make this thing sensible, that is the requirement, then based on the requirement output wattage of the tube light, if that can be varied some way, that at some moment it is providing output of 5 watt, then 10 watt, then 20 watt, or the 40 watt. If this kind of amendment is possible in any tube light, then it will be called as a smart tube light. I hope what smart is there, it is clear to everyone. Please, anyone confirm? What is a smart? Am I audible? Once again asking, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, so I hope the word smart is clear to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so smart is all about when the device itself takes decision about doing something or delivering something based on the conditions. So once again, IoT is a sensor network of billions of smart devices that connect people, systems, and other applications to collect and share data. IoT is a concept of connecting any device with an on and off switch to the internet and or each other. This includes everything from cell phones, coffee makers, washing machines, headphones, lamps, wearable devices, and almost everything else you can think of. This also applies to components of machines. For example, a jet engine of aeroplane or the drill of an oil rig may also be connected or controlled with Internet of Things. The IoT is a giant network of connected things which also include people. As I told you, that IoT can be connected. IoT can be IoT can connect infinite number of things and the human as well, which are defined by the unique identification. The relationship will be between people to people, people to things, and things to things. Means it's not always required that any connection, some people may be involved. It may be people to people, things to things, or people to things. The dominant consumer IoT device worldwide is the smart TV. Between 25 to 35% of consumers worldwide own a television that can connect to the internet, according to a Deloitte research. However, other areas of the IoT market are growing rapidly. So basically, what IoT can deliver, or what are the benefits involved with the IoT, that can be broadly classified in four way, or you can say categorized in four way. Firstly, the device connection and the connectivity. Device connection and connectivity involves the study and the innovations involved in IoT devices, along with your data communicating networks and protocols involved into it. Then embedded intelligence. Embedded intelligence means how efficiently we can transform these requirements on our chips. If we come on the second level, that is the data sensing and collection. So data sensing and collection involved with the capturing the data by means of sensors and the sensor network. Then it involves the kind of sensors and its stacks as well. And thirdly, if we are collecting certain data, sensing certain data, so it should not vanish. Just sense, we have sensed and it has gone. We have sensed it and it has gone. No, it should be stored by some means also. So it is involving the storage as well. If we come to the third level is involved with the communication. So communication of data. So mainly communication of data involves the data transport and its access. So basically it focuses on the access, networks, cloud, edge, and the data transport. Fourth is the data analytics. Data analytics is a domain which was not there further, but now in current scenario, it is reporting its existence, utility, and not only the utility, importance in almost all the components of the technology and the life. So data analytics is also a very important component in the Internet of Things. And this can be this can be, you can say, made further better by the involvement of big data analytics, involvement of AI, and cognitive analysis at the edges. Fifth one is the data value. Data value, see, importance of anything is a rational word actually. Value, because value varies from requirement to requirement. So it involves the analysis to the action. Means if we are doing how it is delivering at the output end, and APIs and processes. And another important thing is actionable intelligence. Actionable intelligence is basically if we have identified by the data analysis something on which we need to change our system or the behavior. So that is actionable intelligence, and it would be rather highly preferred if we don't require human intervention into that. And lastly, and the fifth one is the human value. Human value, because see, one thing is there, whatever technology development is taking place in entire world, that is for making the life of mankind better, right? Delivering them better services. So it is composed of smart applications, it's designing, its interface with the Internet of Things, then stakeholders benefits. So stakeholders in the human values will be all the people, mainly the service providers, as well as the people who are at the receiving end, and the tangible benefits. So it comes with the applications and the experiences. I hope the this importance and connectivity is clear to everyone. Madam, lecture deliver कर रही हूँ, आपको लगाऊं? Okay. So this basically, this chart what I am having, it is about the connected devices in billions from year 2015 to 2025. Connected devices means connected devices through internet, since we are talking for the IoT. So in 2015, it was around 15.14 billion devices which were connected through the internet. It has been increased to 35.82 billion devices in 2021, and it is expected to be raised to 75.44 billion in 2025. So we can monitor the graph. Graph is like this. Means the rate of increase is increasing. So it is somehow showing a exponential rise in the count of connected devices. Count of connected devices is increasing, means Internet of Things is penetrating everywhere in every application which are involving the human life. Are things clear to everyone till this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next question, we have seen what the IoT is, how it is moving forward. Question comes, why IoT? Can't we survive without IoT? We can. Answer is we can, but we can make the life, the quality of life, quality of delivery of services better with the help of Internet of Things. If we talk about any organization or the industries, so organization in a variety of industries are using IoT mainly to operate more efficiently. More efficiently is is some kind of a qualitative word. We can transform this to some kind of efficiency for the quantitative as well. Better understanding of the customers or consumers, we can say. Delivery enhanced customer service and improve decision making. Why improve decision making? Because data analytics will be involved, and if something is happening more, requirement in some direction is increasing, then the system can be amended or the services can be amended to furnish that domain in a better way as that of which a domain which has the lesser demand. And lastly, increase the value of business. I'll show this a small video to you people so that you can see the, wait a minute.
The Internet of Things, or IoT, is influencing our lifestyle from the way we react to the way we behave. From air conditioners that you can control with your smartphone, to smart cars providing the shortest route, or your smartwatch which is tracking your daily activities. IoT is a giant network of connected devices. These devices gather and share data about how they are used and the environment in which they are operated. It's all done using sensors. Sensors are embedded in every physical device. It can be your mobile phone, electrical appliances, vehicles, barcode sensors, traffic lights, and almost everything that you come across in day-to-day life. These sensors continuously emit data about the working state of the devices. But the important question is, how do they share this huge amount of data, and how do we put this data to our benefit? IoT provides a common platform for all these devices to dump their data and a common language for all the devices to communicate with each other. Data is emitted from various sensors and sent to IoT platforms securely. IoT platform integrates the collected data from various sources. Further analytics is performed on the data, and valuable information is extracted as per requirement. Finally, the result is shared with other devices for better user experience, automation, and improving efficiencies. Let us look at a scenario where IoT is doing wonders. In an AC manufacturing industry, both the manufacturing machine and the belt have sensors attached. They continuously send data regarding the machine health and the production specifics to the manufacturer to identify issues beforehand. A barcode is attached to each product before leaving the belt. It contains the product code, manufacturer details, special instructions, etc. The manufacturer uses this data to identify where the product was distributed and track the retailer's inventory. Hence, the manufacturer can make the product running out of stock available. Next, these products are packed and parceled to different retailers. Each retailer has a barcode reader to track the products coming from different manufacturers, manage inventory, check special instructions, and many more. The compressor of air conditioner has an embedded sensor that emits data regarding its health and temperature. This data is analyzed continuously, allowing the customer care to contact you for the repair work in time. This is just one of the million scenarios. We have smart appliances, smart cars, smart homes, smart cities, where IoT is redefining our lifestyle and transforming the way we interact with technologies. The future of IoT industry is huge. Business Insider Intelligence estimates that 24 billion IoT devices will be installed by 2020, and IDC predicts that IoT revenue will reach around 357 billion in 2019, resulting in a lot of job opportunities in the IT industry. Want to become a part of the IoT revolution?
Involved with IoT and the area and the domain where IoT can create the magic. So we are landing again to the PPT, right? Here we have the ecosystem of IoT. What is the ecosystem of IoT? So IoT basically is, this is our globe, right? This is our globe, and this globe is basically connected with, or rather, these 6 kind of processings and the devices at the technology end. Firstly, devices, analytics, data, connectivity, AI, and the applications. Applications came into the picture with the Android, but now it is part of everything. At the second sphere, if we'll come, so at the second sphere, we have firstly the partners, then the professional services, platforms, scaling, security, and the networking. On the larger scale, there are many broad application domains. There are many broad application domains which defines the, or you can say, which encompasses the domains in which expansion with the IoT can be done. So here agriculture is one domain, transportation, energy, health, transport, and telecommunication. So an IoT system consists of web-enabled smart devices that uses enabled processors and the sensors. The communication hardware to collect, send, and act on data are which are acquired from the environment. IoT devices share the sensor data they collect by connecting to an IoT gateway or other edge devices. Further, the data is either sent to the cloud to be analyzed, or it is analyzed locally. Here we have the top 10 strategic IoT technologies and trends. These IoT technologies and trends are defining the upcoming area, or you can say the crux area in which further work may be done, or improvement is expected, or you can say room of research is there. So first trend is the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, data is the fuel that powers the IoT and the organization's ability to drive meaning from it will define their long-term success. So AI is the thing by which the available data will be analyzed by computer systems or the processors to making better decisions for the long-term success. If we come to the second trend, then second trend will be social, legal, and ethical IoT. These includes ownership of data and deductions made from it, algorithmic bias, privacy, and compliance with regulations such as the General Data Protection Regulation. Successful deployment of an IoT solution demands that it's not just technically effective, but also socially acceptable. Socially acceptable is in society, in current world, it is also equally important. If something is technologically very good, but it is putting negative impact on the society, definitely that has to be questioned. Third trend is the informatics and data broking. The theory of informatics take monetization of data further by seeing it as a strategic business asset to be recorded in the company accounts. This is what currently many organizations and the big size companies are doing it unethically, means without informing the people. But a strategic business, as a strategic business asset, it can be utilized, but with proper ethical policies. By 2025, the buying and selling of IoT data will become an essential part of many IoT systems, which is currently not there, right? Currently, this buying and selling of data is taking place in an entire world, but it is not an officially made system, and definitely it is somehow a cheating to the person whose data has been stored and propagated and sold by certain companies, which had happened with the Facebook. Fourth trend is the shift from intelligent edge to intelligent mesh. The shift from centralized and cloud to edge architecture is well underway in the IoT space. These mesh architectures will enable more flexible, intelligent, and responsive IoT system, although often at the cost of additional complexities. Definitely things are becoming, providing lots of possibilities, then complexity will come in association to that. Fifth is the IoT governance, which is not there currently actually. As the IoT continues to expand, the need for the governance framework that ensures appropriate behavior in the creation, storage, use, and deletion of information related to the IoT project will become increasingly important. That is what I'm saying, that data is involved, data capturing is involved, but proper addressing of the privacy is not there in current scenario, and to address that, some governance framework is desired. Sixth is the sensor innovation. Entire things are based on how we can sense. So definitely sensors are very, very important, or rather the foundation of IoT. The sensor market will evolve continuously through 2023. New sensors will enable a wide range of situations and events to be detected. Whatever sensors currently we are having, it is expected in upcoming future, a wide variety of sensor will also be introduced in the society. And seventh one is trusted hardware and operating system. We expect to see the deployment of hardware and software combinations that together create more trustworthy and secure IoT system. Trustworthy means it should provide a service as we required. It could not be interrupted by n number of means. Secure means destined data which is there, and certain Mr. X is the authorized destination of that. It should reach to that place only, not get, you can say, spread here and there. Ninth is the silicon chip innovation. So by 2025, it is expected that new special purpose chips will reduce the power consumption required to run IoT devices. If power consumption requirement will be reduced, definitely in some remote location, whatever battery system we require to install into that will become easier, and life life and the repair span or frequency may be reduced. Life will be increased. And last trend is the new wireless networking technologies for IoT. So IoT networking involves balancing a set of computing requirements. In particular, they should explore 5G, the forthcoming generation of low Earth orbit satellites and backscatter networks. So this is 10 trends we have discussed, and all the participants can look forward for their domain of interest or the expertise which could be expanded further in association with IoT. So here we have a concluding benefits of IoT. So IoT offers a number of benefits to organizations, enabling them to monitor their overall business process, improve the customer experience, save time and money, enhance employee productivity, integrate and adopt business models, make better business decisions, and generate more revenue. So again, the domain in which work is going on with IoT is smart mobility, smart grid, smart home, public safety and environmental monitoring, medical healthcare, industrial processing, agricultural breeding, and independent living. So major application domain of IoT is, you can say, gathering in the 5 section: medicine, healthcare, smart city, business, and automotive. Today, we will be focusing our discussion on the medicine and the health care. So top IoT application ranking for the Q2 of 2015 with the help of 4 major ways. Firstly, the Google search. Secondly, the Twitter queries. Thirdly, the post in the LinkedIn, and lastly, the news post. In these 4 elements, we have, this is the study of 2015 rather, right? These we have which are having the highest stake of the technology, where variables are consuming around 91.7% stake. Smart cities are 60.7%. And further, here we can see the connected health. Connected health is consuming only a 3.7% of the stake, which if we move further in the 2020, so we can see that healthcare has been increased to 9% of overall, right? 9% of overall, and highest one is the 22% of the for the manufacturing and the industrial application. It is project wise, right? Where N, that is the number of project, on how much number of project it has been identified, that is 1414 projects worldwide. Here we have the trends. So we can see that smart cities is having some sort of downtrending, and buildings are having also some sort of downtrending. But if we come to the health, it is having a uptrend of the involvement of the IoT. So here we have, that was the project and the technology share. It is the market share. So if we see the market share, then highest most section is covered by the manufacturing and the healthcare. That is the 16%. So by this we can understand that IoT with healthcare is very, very important and having the expectation to grow in the upcoming future as well. So this is IoT for healthcare. go through this video as well. Wait a minute. Okay, I think I have already positioned it here.
The rise of the Internet of Things has potentially life-saving applications within the healthcare industry. By collecting data from bedside devices, viewing and diagnosing in real time, the entire system of patient care could be improved. Not to mention the patient experience. By 2090, 87% of all healthcare organizations will have implemented IoT technology. But today, many healthcare devices operate in silos. Over a third of healthcare organizations don't apply data from connected devices to other business processes. An issue that creates inefficiency, potential for data loss, and mistakes in diagnosis. Effective healthcare depends on speed and accuracy, and we have seen a huge range of devices becoming connected as IoT takes hold. Over 50% of devices on healthcare networks in the next 2 years will be IoT devices, like those you see here, from handheld devices to health records to medical equipment. The industry is embracing the world of connected things. With a common language and a single platform for these devices to operate, the potential for IoT is limitless. For caregivers, the ability to easily monitor and manage patient health can save precious minutes every day. Without having to manually visit a patient, the expert can give a remote diagnosis and track medical assets, providing quality care more quickly and managing the healthcare environment more efficiently. Using sensors and Wi-Fi, the ability to locate the right department in a hospital while retrieving essential information becomes straightforward for both caregivers and patients. Nearly 3/4 of healthcare leaders who have adopted IoT believe its key benefit will be to monitor and control medical devices and sensors. From patient heart monitors to temperature gauges, this real-time data already exists in healthcare. And now it can be used to create a safer and more effective environment. Through a single application on a mobile device, patients and staff can securely manage IoT data. IoT means an easier and more efficient patient care experience, allowing staff to do their jobs better. Which is why 76% of healthcare leaders predict it's going to transform their industry.
This is what we had. I'm coming back to PPT. So this is how we see that how IoT can be helpful for the healthcare system. So now we will lead our discussion to the IoT based application in healthcare. So in this context, we'll be having firstly the introduction of the domain, followed by the architecture of healthcare IoT. Healthcare IoT is having a dedicated word, that is HIoT. Wait, I need highlighter. That is HIoT, that is Healthcare Internet of Things. Then HIoT technologies, followed by the services and applications of HIoT and the IoT challenges. So this is what we will be covering under this heading. So first, the introduction. The last decade has witnessed extensive research in the field of healthcare services and their technological upgradations. Basically, in the last 2-3 years, it has also been increased with the coronavirus pandemic. Internet of Things has shown potential application in connecting various medical devices, sensors, and healthcare professionals to provide quality medical services in remote locations. It has improved patient safety, reduced healthcare cost, enhanced the accessibility of healthcare services, and increased operational efficiency in the healthcare industry. Here we will discuss up-to-date summary of the potential healthcare applications of IoT, that is HIoT, based technologies. The applications of HIoT has been reported from the perspective of enabling technologies, healthcare services, and application in solving various healthcare issues. Moreover, potential challenges and issues in the HIoT system are also discussed. A comprehensive information regarding the different fields of applications of HIoT intending to help future researchers. Healthcare industry has shown rapid growth and has been a major contributor to revenue and employment. A few years ago, the diagnosis of disease and abnormality in the human body was only being possible after having a physical analysis in the hospital. Currently also it is at a higher extent, but something is there which can be done without going the hospitals as well. Most of the patients had to stay in the hospital for throughout their treatment, the resulting in an increased healthcare cost and also strained the healthcare facility at rural and remote locations. Technological advancements supports diagnosis of various diseases and healthcare monitoring using miniaturized devices like smartwatches. I think currently most of the people will be having these smartwatches, and BP measurement, heart rate measurement, this kind of things can be done with no efforts, for which earlier person has to go to the hospital. Moreover, technology has transformed a hospital-centric healthcare system to a patient-centric healthcare system. This patient-centric healthcare system will be a highly helpful thing for the mankind. Several clinical analysis such as measuring blood pressure, blood glucose level, PO2 level, and many more can be performed at home without the help of healthcare professionals, with the help of technology. Further, the clinical data can be communicated to healthcare centers remotely or from the remote areas with the help of advanced telecommunication service. Means two major thing, that is you need to be in some big city, that has been resolved at some level. You have to go to the hospital and the location where these facilities are already available and skilled manpower is there. That has been resolved with the help of advanced telecommunication system and smart wearable sensor devices. Accessibility of the healthcare facilities has improved due to the rapidly growing technologies like machine learning, like big data analysis, Internet of Things, wireless sensing, and mobile computing, cloud computing as well. IoT has not only enhanced the independence but also diversified the ability of the human to interact with the external environment. The growing popularity of the IoT is due to its advantage of showing higher accuracy, lower cost, and its ability to predict future events in a better way. Future events can be predicted with the help of artificial intelligence. Increased knowledge of software and applications with the upgradation of mobile and computer technologies, easy availability of wireless technologies, and the increased digital economy have added to the rapid IoT revolution. In this context, I must say one thing, that earlier, I think 10 years down the line, if we'll go, then the reservation was, train ticket booking was one of the toughest tasks, for which people were paying lots of money and taking lots of pain for going to the railway stations and standing for the hours in the queue and everything, even though they were not getting the desired output. Now, if we'll see, making a reservation has become so convenient. Anybody can make a reservation sitting anywhere in the entire globe. IoT devices like sensors, actuators, and many more get integrated with other physical devices to monitor and exchange information using different communication protocols such as Bluetooth, Zigbee, IEEE 802.11, that is Wi-Fi. In HIoT, the sensors, either embedded or wearable, on the human body to collect physiological information such as temperature, pressure rate, ECG, EEG, etc. Environmental information such as temperature, humidity, date, and time can also be recorded comfortably. These data help in making meaningful and precise interference on the health condition of the patient. Data storage and accessibility also plays an important role in IoT system, as a large amount of data are acquired or recorded from a variety of sources, that sensor or mobile phones or email or softwares or many other applications. Data from aforesaid sensing devices are made available to the doctors or the caregivers and of course the authorized parties. Authorized party may be defined by the governments. Wait. Sharing of these data with the healthcare providers through cloud or server also, you can say, furnish quick diagnosis of the patient and medical intervention if necessary. Cooperation between the users, patients, and the communication module is maintained for effective and secure transmission. Most of the IoT system uses a user interface that acts as a dashboard for medical caregivers and performs user control, data visualization, and apprehensions. The main concern in diagnosing an IoT device is maintaining the quality of service metrics that include privacy of information sharing, security, cost, reliability, and of course, the availability. Now we have the architecture of healthcare IoT. The framework of IoT that is applied for healthcare application is to integrate the advantages of IoT technology and cloud computing with the field of medicine. It also lies out the protocols for the transmission of the patient's data from numerous sensors and medical devices to a given healthcare network. The topology of an HIoT is the arrangement of different components of an IoT healthcare system that are coherently connected in a healthcare environment. So this is basically our healthcare architecture. Here we have 4 different sections, right? This is the first section. This is the second, third, and the fourth, right?
So good afternoon, one and all. Good afternoon, one and all. So today I will just give you some brief idea about the role of IoT in the drone applications. IoT, as of I think this is the third and fourth day of SDP, so you're very comfortably familiar with what exactly the IoT. But basically, IoT is some kind of the mechanism by which you are connecting different type of devices, either the internet or the embedded systems, so that you can connect some kind of the processes, you can connect some kind of the things, and you can give some kind of connectivity for the different type of persons. So a lot of things is coming to the market like cloud, big data analysis, mobile technologies, and all these things is going to be very supportive for this particular IoT type of things. So I just connect this particular IoT to the drone technologies, which is going to be hit the market from since the last few years. And yesterday, if you just noticed down, the government of India banned all the assembled drones import in India. And India was the third largest platform for the drones sales over there. So I think all of you familiar for this particular news. Actually, the problem with that particular drone is that whenever you will purchase the drone, you cannot be customized over here, and some kind of the information they can also pass it out with the help of cloud computing. So basically, these are the 4 things which make your IoT possible like low cost. We have the low cost sensors, low power devices. We have very easy connectivity. We have the cloud computers. We have the machine learning analysis. So we can easily implement this particular type of IoT over there. So before we will go which particular type of applications we can use on the drones using the IoT. First, we will try to understand what exactly the drones. Very large distance or very small times, and UAV basically use the propellers. So basically, we have two type of UAV. One is called fixed wing UAV, just like a aircraft, and some is flexible wings UAV, that is called the drone. So these two type of things we have over there. So when we just focus what exactly the RPS. So RPS is one of the terms we will use over here. That is the remotely piloted aircrafts or autonomous aircrafts or the model aircraft which can complete some kind of the tasks. So basically, RPS or US is initially was designed for the military applications, but later on, these particular things is getting a lot of attention in India. For the vaccines transfer, for the medical deliveries. Now Amazon is also investing a lot of money for delivery through the drone. So all the things is going to be happen, and all these things is going to be completed with the help of only and only IoT related applications. How the IoT is going to be involved? So first we will go in the anatomy of the drones. So drones have these type of important components, like we have one frame, we need the motors, we need the electronics speed controllers, we need the flight controllers, propellers, radio transmitters, batteries, and camera modules. One thing I just wish to add over here, this is the interactive session. So any of the times if you feel there's any problem and if you have any questions, please feel free to interrupt me. So anybody can tell me flight controller and controller are the same or they are quite different? I think all of you from the CS and EC backgrounds. So you are familiar with the controller. So flight controller or controller are the same? No, they are
No
not
idea.
same. Actually, Raspberry Pi, you have work on Arduino. So these are the some kind of the controllers. We also have some large controller which have the largest speeds. But in flight controllers, we don't have the time. We have to be calculate each and everything very speedily because otherwise your drone will be crashed down. So flight controller have the minimum response times over here. So flight controller, of course, are one kind of the controller, but it's totally different in miniatures and its working styles. So we'll discuss in detail about the flight controllers. Supposed to be the one kind of the IoT devices which we are going to be connect with the drones and which is making this particular. So this is the one block diagram how the drones we can assemble. In simple drones, we will have 4 motors. We have these are the 4 motors. Okay, these are the 4 ESC. ESC is going to be connected with 1 batteries, and we have one optionally battery monitors. We can there's a one kind of the receiver. So this is a one basic structures. But right now we have added up more IoT type of devices for get more flexibility and completion capability to complete the operation and within time limits. So basically, the mind of your drones is one kind of the flight controller. Flight controller is one kind of the device which is connected with your RF transmitter and the ground stations. Okay, it is also we can provide another controller like Raspberry Pi or other things. So some kind of the calculations we can do on during the flight also. Then a flight controller, depending on your received signals or data from the different type of sensors, it will give the command to the ESC, and ESC will run your BLDC motors. So BLDC motors basically very high performance motors will be there. So first to make any particular drones, we have to decide the frame size. So generally we have these we have the 5 to 6 type of the frames, and the frames size is depending on your applications. Suppose you want only lift of the weight of around 500 grams. So only this is autocopter type of frame will be fine to you. If you need the hexa then you can take more loads. And if you need a very high speed of the drones, then you can connect back-to-back motor, and this last one type of frames we will used. Then we have to need the propellers. So propellers give us the thrust. So because they are rotating, we have mounted it on your drones. So generally, we have 3-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, and 11-inch propellers we have. So you can also design your own propellers depending on your applications. But generally, 11-inch we will use, and with the help of 11-inch of the propellers, you can easily achieve the height of more than 500 meters on the drones. So of course, the propeller design, you can also do it. Generally, many scientists and organization is using the carbon fiber for making this particular weight lighter, because weight is another biggest issue. But in market, glass fiber based propeller is also available. They are very cheap. You can purchase it if you wish to assemble any drones. Then we are coming to the brushless motors. So these motors get it connected to through your flight controller, and flight controller gives the command. And this brushless motor have the highest efficiency as compared to the other motor. And one other important thing is reliable. During the flight, we cannot take the chances that your battery will be failed during the flight. Yesterday I was in one meeting and I have hello. Okay. Yesterday I was on meeting. I have just seen one case in which the motor was failed totally. All the 4 motor were failed all of a sudden, and this flight is totally crashed. So we have to take the precaution on that. So the caution maybe arise how we can come to know the motor is going to be crashed out. So when you work on the motors, you have to develop the capabilities. There's sounds. So hash little bit sound will be comes as the motor is going to be. My PPT is not visible. Somebody is writing down. Please share
Sir,
the.
PPT is visible.
Okay, maybe he have some.
He may be asking for sharing this PPT.
Okay.
Oh,
Anyways.
in the WhatsApp group.
Okay. So basically, motor we have to be check it up time to time, and when if you are going for the regular flight, you have to be check the data sheet, and after a certain limit, you have to be change the motor immediately. And after first flight, when you go for the calibration, you just very sincerely listen this particular sound, and the sound is a little bit change will be there. You have to be immediately change it. So after the motor, this is the one ESC is the one other very important component. So basically, ESC is converting your DC power to the three phase power. AC powers will over there, 3-phase AC, and because of that, you can run the BLDC motor, because BLDC motor is using the 3-phase power supply. So there is a lot of basically. ESC design is one of the very crucial issues that are available in the market, starting from the 600 rupees to 2000 rupees. But important company like DJI, 3DR, the Parrot is develop their own ESCs, so they will get the more flexibility. Of course, the ESC, if have some kind of the issue, because using the PWM pulse width modulation will be there to control the speed of your motor. So if your drone is not stable, then maybe you have to be check the ESC. Maybe ESC have some kind of the issue, and because of that, your drone is not going to be operable. So this is a one kind of flight controller. I am using the Pixoc. So Pixoc is a one startup of Germany, and it is available open source. So anybody can make this particular Pixoc controller. So this is a one most reliable controller. Is available around 5,000 rupees. And you can do the simple flights you can do with the help of these controllers. Now this controller itself is one kind of the IoT device, because this in this controller you can connect your GPS, you can connect your USB, you can connect 2 telemetries. Okay, you can connect switches, you can connect buzzers, and all these motors you can give it connectivity. So basically, Pixoc take the information from the telemetries and give the data to power to the other motors. Okay, so is a one kind of the very important IoT device which enabling you to be run over there. Right now, this 6 flight controller we have in the market: Hobby Powers, DJI NASA, new Pixoc, Pro Racing F3 flight controller, Turbo Spark. So these are available. So DJI NASA will not be available from today in Indian markets because Government of India banned. But Cube Orange will be available, so you can purchase the Cube Orange right now over there. And Cube Orange is more reliable. Even for some of the cruise, we have to use the two Cube Orange flight controllers. So in case one flight controller is cancelled, so second flight controller will come and take the powers. Batteries, of course, the biggest tension in drone operation is the batteries because battery's power is limited, and because of this limited power, we cannot be fly for a long duration. Generally, we can fly only 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and different type of flights. And this flight operation is also depend on your type of mode of flights. So that things will also be discussed. Right now, we have around 2, 3, 4S batteries configurations. So 5S and 6S batteries is also over there. So depending on your batteries, you have to be purchase their own motors over there. For the if you want to be fly your drone on a very high distance, you need generally 6S batteries, but you need to be confirmed that that battery will be compatible with your motors or not. So then we need one power distribution boards. It's a basically provide distribute the power in different electronics speed controllers and make it sure the equal amount of power will be there. So basically it's matching the impedance between your ESC and your powers over there. Then we need the receivers. So receivers basically one kind of sensing nerves, so which collect the information from the external source like radio transmission and give update to the flight controllers. So basically we have one antennas, and antenna is going to be connected with your transmitter. So with the help of transmitters, whatever the command you are giving, your receiver will be operated. Generally, please note it down, at least pitch your throttle and your at least 4 channel will be required. So every receiver devices have at least 5 to 6 channels. If you go for the complex operation, sometimes 12 channels is also allotted to him. Then FTP cameras we will also mount it over there, and this cameras can also assist your drones to be flight on the first person view modes. Now the most important thing is the GPS and INSS. So GPS give us the latitude, longitude, and altitude information to your drones, and of course you also have one magnetometer, so you can collect this information with the compass, and you can identify in which particular location your drone will be there. And if you give any particular command, so mostly we will control your drones with the help of GPS, latitude, and longitudes. So in the real-time environment, your GPS and INSS module will work. INSS is a Navic, which is our own GPS module. So right now it is also available in the market. So if you wish, you can replace the GPS with the INSS. And for some crucial operations, we can also use GLONASS and other type of modules. So you will get better accuracy over here. Of course, drone is moving on the air, and sometimes the air is fluctuating over here. Air fluctuation will be there, so you have to be mounted up your cameras on the gimbal so that you can get a better quality of the pictures. Sometimes we also have to be mounted the sensors on the this particular gimbals so that we can get a better stability of connectivity over there. So this is the one transmitter and receiver. So generally 2 transmitter transceiver will be there. One is your manuals and other is automatic. So in automatic, you can connect it with your laptop and you can give the commands directly to him. So this is a one simple assembly line using PX4, and this drones we have assembled in our labs. So I'm just showing you one small video so you can understand how the drones can be assembled. Now, first on the frames, we are assembling the BLDC motor. Then this one is the lower circuits. Okay, and this circuit is going to be connected, give the connection to the all ESCs. Now I'm connecting the ESC with the power supplies. Okay, so 4 motor and 4 ESC connected. Then we connect the bottom plates. During the flight, ESC should not be moved, so we have to be tightly cover it. Now I'm giving the connection of ESC to the motor. And all the power supply, all the 4 ESC connector, these are the 4 ESC connector, and this connector we will feed it up to the, this is a signal wire, just feed it to the flight controllers. And this is your power supply modules. Left, left, right, and there's a 2 telemetries will be there. Okay. This is telemetry 1 connection. Now, finally, we are connecting the power supply to the flight controller. And on the top, we have just mounted the GPS modules. In some of the applications, you can find it out some stand, and you can mount it on the stands also. Now, one very important things over here is this this particular device. You can just see the number of D3. So now we are connecting the batteries over here. So whenever you will assemble the drones and drones weight is more than 1 kg, you have to be register this particular drones to your DG Sky portals. Okay. So they will issue a one unique number, just like your car. Whenever you purchase your car, you will get some kind of verification with the RTO office, and you will get a unique car number. The same type of things will be there. So registration is right now started. So D3 is the registration number, unique registration number of our drones. Okay. So right now we have the 4 registered drone, D1, D2, D3, D4. Okay, so this is the assembly videos. So once we can assemble the drones, we have to go for the calibration, because we are generally we will not prefer for the manual operation. We will go for the automated operation. So even if you go for the manual operation, one calibration is required. So we have to be using the mission planner for the accurate calibration, so that your flight will be there. Because this is the first time your controller is going to be connected with your motor and ESC. So he should be familiar how your ESC and motor is going to be behave. So this mission planner give some kind of a testing calibration, and with the help of that, we will calibrate. So we can first calibrate for motors, then we will calibrate the telemetries, whether your transceiver is working nicely or not. Okay. Then once the calibration is completed, you can go ahead. For the calibration, there is a one simple video I'm just showing. With the help of that, you can understand how we can do the calibration. So I'm using the Arduino pilots for the calibration purposes. Arduino pilot is an open source platforms in which we can do the calibration. I think calibration just calibration video, and I don't know, it will give us permit time to be complete the calibrations also. It's take 15 to 20 minutes. So at the end of this presentation, if the calibration time permits, then I will go for the calibration. So this is the first window. So in this first window, first you have to be connect your drones and then define the ports. Then GPS will give you the idea. With the help of net, you can find it out where it is, and you can start your calibration. So as I have told you that this particular calibration we are doing on the Arduino pilot, which is the open platform. So any type of multi-rotors, helicopters, savvy boats, power routes, ground vehicles, all these things we can control with the help of, or calibrate with the help of Arduino pilots. Many type of UAV we can also do it. It's a very reliable, and that is why the NASA, Intel, Boeing's, Airbus is also using the same platform for the calibrations over there. Many universities also doing it. It's available. So Arduino pilots sub part is the mission planner. This is a window of the mission planner. In this window, you can find whenever you are going to be connected, your location will be mapped on this particular map. Okay. So with the help of that, you can identify your location, and here you can find it out the arm and disarm. So arm and disarm is just giving us whether it's a radio or not. So you have to be armed before you will go for the radio. Then you will start your calibration over there. So first, what we have to do, once the calibration is going to be completed, you have to be give the waypoints, in which particular waypoints your drone will be operated. Okay. You can give the state in Google Maps or some other type of things you can give on the over there. Once your mission plan is completed, then you can drop down that particular command ports to your flight controller, and flight controller will be start working over there. You can also simulate your flights on the mission planners. In the mission planner, you have this capability that you can run your drones on your auto grid operations. Suppose you want to be follow your drones have to follow some kind of a grid location. So what you have to do here from home location, you can give the GPS point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So depending on your location and your time of hover, your drone will be move over there and return back. So this grid pattern is used in many places. And waypoint declaration is another methods by which we can give the waypoints over there. Here you can find from the home location to I'm giving the waypoint. So from home location, you can just see if first command is take off, then we will give the waypoint 1, 2, number 3 is waypoint 3, then return back to the launch. So then this way your drones will be comes out over there. So basically your telemetry connected with your drones and your laptop. So with the help of laptop and telemetries, you can give over there. So once the mission flight plan you will be executed, you can send it, upload on your flight controller, and then the flight controller will be start working. So now tell you to your family what is a drone, how we can assemble it, how we can calibrate it. So before you will go on the flight, even one more, even earlier it is also get calibrated. My suggestion is that you will at least go for this 6 calibration again. Axle calibration, compass, radio, servo output, ESC, and some kind of the optional hardware if you have, you also be calibrated before the any of the flight. So if you are first flight, before any first flight any day, you have to go for all these calibrations. Then you can also go for the camera control automation. So in the camera control automation, what you can do, you can take a snapshot and different places, just like a milestones, and depending on that particular camera locations, you can plan your flight on the drones. Geotagging image or times of type of mission is also available over here. Till yet, even I am not work on that particular things, but it is also possible. And some person abroad is also using it. So this is a one geotech type of thing. So here I am giving the geotech over there. So once your mission will be start, your drones will be reached to all these geotech positions, and then it will come back to the home locations. Now you can find the display of your ground station. So here in that ground station, just like you can see the aircraft, you can directly see on your screen the air speeds. You can check the cross track errors or turn rate. You can check the heading direction, back angle, telemetry links, GPS time, altitude, air speed, ground speed, battery, GPS status, and current flight mode. So depending on your this particular display, you can understand what we have to do. Suppose you are going for the manual operation, your battery is blinking around 20% or 10%. So it's better you have to be come back. So here you can find the battery is showing 10%. So in 10%, you have to be come back. So here you can also find the GPS not fixed. So that means you have to go for the manual operation. You have to be land back as early as possible. So in this way, you can run your drones just like a pilots. Now, of course, making you can find that drone making is an easy task. It's not a very tough. So and you know the drones is going to be a lot of threats. Since last year, Amazon, you know, the one war in last 5 years. I think it's Amazon. War, the drones have play a very important roles over there, and you can also know in Saudi Arabia where some of the drones was enter in some kind of their all facility and blow it up. And so some kind of the regulation is very important over here. How you can a lot of was rising since last years about the drone regulations. So first drone regulations have been issued in January in 2021, but that particular drone regulation was very strict. So many drone manufacturers take the objection. So Government of India again modified their regulations and new regulations come in the month of last September. Okay, so in this September, now they have divided all of the sky in the 3 different modes, like green modes, orange modes, and the red zones. So all these orange, and yellow regions basically, you can fly with some kind of a restriction. But one thing is clear: if your drone is weight is less than 250 grams, so there is no restriction about the flight zone. You can fly, because of course, if it is a less than 250 grams, so most of the weight it cannot even fly for more than 10 to 15 meters, and cannot be go for the long places. But if your weight is more than that, then you have to take the permission. So these are the 5 classes as per the DGCA, Director General of Civil Aviation, Government of India. So if you have a nano, there is no issue, you can fly whenever. But if you have the micro, that means more than 250 to 2 grams, you need certain permission. Small category 2 to 25 kg, 25 kg to 150 kg is medium, and large is more than 150 kg. So these are the 5 classes will be there. So what do you have to do? You have to take the permission from the DGCA. Okay, सबसे पहले whenever you want to be import nowadays, okay, then you have to be issue a UIN, Unified Identification Numbers. In the last few slides, I have shown you the D3 was the UIN number for our drones. Then you have to be first get the security clearance. Then you need if you're flying on the nearby areas, and if that particular area is orange and red, and if you're going more than 100 meters, you also need the clarification from the Indian Air Force. Then you have to be take the permission from airport authority. At the last, you have to be inform local police station 24 hours before of any operations. So these are the procedures we have to be follow before you will go for the drone flight. Like you have to be first learn how the RPS we can register. Then you have to be registered on your drones on the RPA, find UIN numbers. Okay, you also registered yourself as an operator. Okay, and then you have to take the unmanned aircraft operation permits. Then during the flights, you have to be submit your flight plan 24 hours before. And then if you get the temporary flight restriction will not be there, then you have to also have to be want all the even after the flight, you also have to be upload the flight logos and maintain the logbooks, so that even in case of any accident or any problem, you can identify what exactly things are going to be happen in that particular moment. Everyone having the poor quality of my sound, or some particular person have? Hello, my voice is proper. Somebody is writing down my voice is very poor.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Your
No,
voice is
sir, no
proper.
issue with the voice.
It is
Thank you.
audible.
Yes, sir.
So these are some procedures we have to follow. Even yesterday I was in one meeting, and that particular meetings, the one drone was actually crashed. Okay, and they want to know the exact reason how the drones was exactly crashed. So data logbook will help us a lot. Okay. So in the application parts, I will just try to discuss how the drones is going to be crash, and which particular type of IoT monitoring is required for all these things. So some of the key application of IoT, of course, drone is also cannot be make it possible to work without the IoTs, because it is going to be get it connectivities over there. You need the direct connectivity internet so that you can find it out the maps. You have to be give the GPS location and so on. But I think these 6 are very important topics, burning topics, which all of you know, and which is going to be happen from last few years, or maybe on books or internet. You will not get the more idea about all these things. So first thing is the NPNT. NPNT is the no permission, no takeoff things over there. Right now, the NPNT things is going to be happen with the flights. So, whenever the flight you have to be operate, you have to take the permission from the air traffic controller. So what right now the drones are going to be very common, and it is going to be biggest threat for many applications. So NPNT is going to be compulsory if your drone is more than 2 kg. Please note. So what we have to do, NPNT is one kind of the software module which is have some kind of the net connectivity. Okay, and this net connectivity is going to be connected with the DG Sky, and the DG Sky is going to be connected with the air traffic control. So whenever you will apply for it, you will get the permission for the ATC, and ATC when give the condition, then only your aircraft will be fly. So if you have NPNT modules is installed in your drones, you will only able to be fly up your drones when you have permission from DG Sky. Okay. So generally, we are going to be give the connectivity of NPNT modules with the help of Wi-Fi or GSM modules, whatever you wish to be applied. But without it, you cannot really fly more than 2 kg of your drones. Then RTH will commands will be there. Now RTH is a return to homes modes. So drone flight is one of the very complicated flights. Sometimes some problem will be there. Sometimes line of sight will not be there. So what we have to do, we need some kind of a smart RTH. So in a smart RTH is a one kind of thing. So if they are not getting a proper command, some kind of a software issue will be there. So what the drone will be there, it will come back to their home location. The second is low battery RTH. So if your battery is less than 20%, then warning will be there. If less than 10%, it automatically get back to homes. Second is the fail-safe RTS. Many times it's happening, your trans receiver is not working very nicely, and fly kiya, you don't have much idea about the flight, and the nose, you don't get the idea about the side of nose, so your drone really goes out of your line of sight. This thing is also going to be happen with me also one time. So what the things is going to happen, a fail-safe RTH is going to be applied. So what they will do, once your signal is lost or they are not getting Wi-Fi signals, so what they do, your drone will be automatically comes down 1 feet down, and all 4 sensors check the positions. So if anybody person will be there, it will wait. Then as the person will be goes out from the downside of the drones, it will go over there. So basically RTH work on the GPS modules and your RF signals. So once the GPS signal lost or your connection is lost, RTH activated. Now the obstacle detection drones. So a lot of drones, this is a one warning issues for the work. So during the flight, some kind of the obstacle will be there. So how we can detect that particular obstacle and find another way. So a lot of research is going to be happen, but it is possible in the programmable drone. Then the drone detection is one of very burning areas nowadays. You know, the drones have been attacked many military establishment in the Punjab border. A lot of materials is going to be passed, even arms is going to be passed in J&K. So drone detection is another big area. So right now, Adani Defense and Altair is working jointly for the drone detection, and they have prepared one module so they can detect over there. One ASBand radar is also available over there, but still there is some issues about the drone detection. So mostly what we will do, we will first put the GPS signals jam. So as the GPS signals is jam, drone will not going to be connected. जगत मैं क्लास में हूँ और कॉल बैक करता हूँ ना, क्लास में हूँ कॉल बैक. So once GPS interrupt signal will be interrupt, so your flight controller will be confused and it will hover. So one way of drone neutralization is the GPS hovering, but in the mission planner, a lot of other ways will be there so that you can move with your own way. So this is not a foolproof method. Anti-drone gun will also be available. So once your drone is moving on the lower altitude, so you can fire with the help of drone gun and some kind of net, put it down your drones on the downstreams. So Other things is for the ground monitorings, we can also use the drones in the drone Mahotsav, which is happening in Gujarat. Many companies is showing the way of crowd monitoring with the help of drones. So drone will give us the live images of the different streets. So the police department or the security agencies can do the necessary things for the crowd control. Even for the your traffic management, drones can play a very big important role. The next is the peripheral security. Is of course, drone can be moved on a very large campus, and if any unidentified person will be there, it can send to the base station. So this type of IoT application is also getting attention from last few years. So one book I have also just write it down, which is available also on the Amazon, about the recent trend of the peripheral security and systems. So you can also get more idea about all this. I think few of these particular application in these books. So one thing which I just want to be clear that in the last slide I have told you that drone detection, drone neutralization detection we can do with the help of GPS fixing. So GPS if not working, and if you want to be go inside any particular room where GPS signals is not available, so RSI based indoor mapping and localization path planning is possible. So here what we have to do, we will use three RF sources, and depending on the RSI is basically the received signal strength indicator. So depending on RSI, you can identify your location in the indoor environment or even in the outdoor environment. If GPS is not working, then RSI based model maybe work over there. So one experiment we have done in here, our lab. So we will put it up three RSI, three Wi-Fi signals. Depending on their value of RSI, our drone is finding their own way to navigate. Then the drone we can use for the phase detection and detection. So what we have to do with the help of drones, we will put it up another controller, Raspberry Pi, and on the Raspberry Pi we will try to match the picture which we are getting. So if the drone is moving and unknown type of person will be detected, so your drone can be give this particular indication to your base station will be there. Okay. So you can understand. So one other things in the drone IoT is the multiple drone operation, and commonly it's known as a swarm. I think in the 26th January, you know, the one swarm operation is going to be happen in Delhi, and they have shown a very nice performance over there, but I feel it is not exactly the swarm is, because in swarms all the drones have to be communicate with each other, and or master slave type of things will be there. Here we also tried multiple drone navigation and formation using selected targets. So here we will try to be follow one target with the help of three drones over here. So one was a master drone, that is a slabs, and these slabs drone just trying to be follow one particular instruction from the masters and try to be communicate. So here we will use these three drones, D1, D2, D3, and this is the one pictures over there. So these are three drones will be there, and these objects, one robotics module is moving over here, and these three drones trying to follow it. So these things we have done over here, but drone have their own challenges over there. At the lower altitude, there is no problem. If your payload is low, there is no problem. But if your payload and altitude will be higher, then the things will be very problematic for us. Anybody can tell me why? I have not listened any question till yet. It's an interactive session. Ask the question if you feel any problem. Of any questions. Why the drones will not, why not operate on a very high altitude? Okay, anyway. First thing is the sea level will be there. So we have to see how much sea level your flight operational area will be there. Then how much altitude you want to be get it up. Then you have to see the air density, because if you go for the height, if you're flying your drone in 50 to 60 meters, it's fine. But if you wish to fly your drones for kilometers, 1 kilometers or 2 kilometers, then the air density will be the biggest issue. Okay. Then the battery will be issue, telemetry connectivity will be issue, because if you're flying for the 1 kilometer, you need a very reliable telemetries. How much payload you are taking, it's a very important. As I have told you, the one drone was crashed, and it's taking a 3 kg of payload, and they are around 100 meters of the altitude. So they will when they will just try to be put it up more altitude command for the 200 meters altitude, that your motor stick rotate very fastly, and I feel the air density was low, so the power failure will be there, and the drone will be shrink down very fastly. So this thing is going to happen over there. Then flight time, how much flight time you are required. So all these things is very challenging for the high altitude operation. So one example I'm giving here. So with this example, you can understand why it's a challenging task to fly the drones on the high altitude regions. So first, we are there is one example. If you are on the 5,201 meter above the sea levels, and then you can go for 1617 meter of the altitude, then what the things are going to be happen. Actually, whenever you give the commands, the things will be very complicated. Here in Ahmedabad, if I go for the 1600 meter, there's no issue. But if I am maybe Srinagar and trying to be go for 1617, there's the biggest issue, because as we are going high, the temperature is going down very drastically. Here, if your altitude is 5,000 meter, and so your temperature will be around minus 24.9 degrees centigrades, or humidity will be around 60%. That means a cold air layer will be there, and it may be possible कि आपके जो rotors हैं उसके ऊपर ice जम जाए, या propellers पे ice जम जाएगी. So when there is a propeller will be get the ice on side, they will be bedded up. That means they will try to move very faster, and they will take some kind of shaking sounds. I know there is a one issue I have just seen. My video is visible. I'm visible, all of you. Let me confirm. I'm visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please, I have just show you. It's visible.
Yes, sir.
Antenna modules on your laptop. So you can directly connect it to your laptop. Okay, USB cable, and you can control it. So what are things? Drones, waters will be rotated on a very fast speed, and they will zigzag. Type of things is going to be happen. And if they will, there is a possibility that the power circuit is going to be failure, and it will be goes down immediately. So we have to take care of all these type of things. Even in the flights, if you go for a very high altitudes, especially internet flights, international flights, so they also take care of that, and they will flow some kind of a hot air to be compensate all this type of issues. Now, there is a one drone flight I just wish to be show you, which is made by one our team. Students, basically it is our student startup. So this is a autonomous flight over there. This is one other V2L vertical takeoff and land flights will be there. So this is the drone. This drone which I have just shown you. This is the test flight of that particular drones. Just a minute. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
The autonomous test flight. So we are just giving the GPS coordinates, just going over there and landed over. You can find something in this video. Anybody can see something in this video? Let me know.
Yes, yes, drone is flying over there.
Yeah. How much altitude it will be? Suggest don't do the flight. Do the one of our very old flights. You don't do without this any permission on this particular area. And this is a heavy hexacopter V2OL, and in this V2OL we can take up the payload of around 3 kg. Here we are using the two different motors. This is the test flight. Down again, hover, getting the height. One person asking the question, sir, why the few motors is stopped in the mid-air? Actually, they are not stopped, they are rotating at very high speed. So visualization is very less. So these are the case of few of our flight. So maybe you will get the more idea about it. So this is all about from my side. If you have any questions, we will take the question first. Then I will show you the calibrations. Any questions? Or I have to
If anybody is having
show
any
you the
query, you
calibrations.
can ask freely to sir.
Hello. Any questions?
Yes, participants.
Sir, how much weight will we carry on this type of drone?
Sorry, repeat your question, please.
How much weight will we carry on?
Okay, payload
Particular
capacity. Uh, 500 grams it can stored over there. Now, if you want to be increase the load, there is a two biggest problem for us. First, you need more thrust. Okay, so your propeller size will be increased and your motor size will be increases. So if you remember my last video, that particular that particular drone have the taking capacity of around 3 kg. So up to 3 kg we can take it up. But again, the altitude and batteries have the problems. If you want to take the more load, more battery will be required. More battery will be required. A heavy motors will be. So whenever you are sending your live data to your base station, suppose you are sending your video data or some kind of the sensors data will be there. So that particular data, you can only send it with the help of some kind of the IoT modules. So generally, as I have told you in that this particular transceiver, so which is generally used for the drone operation, they have 5 channels. But if you want to be get it of the live video or images, then you need at least one other dedicated video channels, and these video channels can be operated generally for 5 to less than 500 to 1 kilometers over there. Some person is claiming for the very high distances, but their cost and reliability is still some issues. Some Chinese company is making the claim, but I don't believe they will work it out, because whenever the Chinese is claiming it is going for the 5 kilometers, when I will check it out, it is not goes more than 500 meters. So this type of applications we can develop. Some kind of the smart drones which can change their path when any particular person is coming in front of us. Okay, drone can be operated if the GPS will be lost. Okay, so this type of things is very important because Tesla autonomous car is here. So hopefully, in the next few years, you will get the drones on your doorsteps to deliver the pizza or some kind of the materials. Very soon it will happen. Any other questions?
Yes, any other question from participant side?
Okay, I'm sharing the video, calibration video. Okay. So you can find how we can calibrate the drones, because without calibration, you cannot go for flight. So here, this is the first window. First, you have to be give the baud rate, and you have to be define the ports. So automatically your autopilot will detect your drones. Now drone have been detected and file is uploaded. So once the drone is detected, you can find the altitude levels is going to be shown. So first, what we have to do, we have to install the firmware. We have to identify the type of your RAM. Then you have to be opening the platform. Then once the platforms is completed, because it's important you are going to be connected with the internet, okay, during the calibrations over there. Otherwise, you have some kind of the issues over there. the calibration. Whenever the calibration will be start, the light will start blinking and you will get it of the hash sound. So now we have upload the type of frames to the your flight controller. Now Mavlink protocol is going to be connect. Then you will go for the acceleration calibration. For the acceleration calibration, you have to be move it. So we have to be calibrated in the row yaw pitch. So we have to be identify how much tiltation, how much command will be required. So this type of calibration. Rotating. So here you can find it out as I will completing the calibration. You can find the green line will going to be increased. So whenever the green line is not going to be completed, you have to be move it up in all the direction. Basically, it's a compass calibration. If your compass will be fail, your drone will not fly. Now then you will find magnetic calculation is successful. Now the radio calibration is started. So whenever you will start the radio calibration, you will check the connectivity of a radio. Actually, two type of radio connections we will use. One for laptop and other for your manual one. So all the channels it will check. So this is the this manual connections we will up and down. Actually, this is the throttle. Yeah, and right hand side is left, left, right, forward, and left. So left hand side you will, with the help of left hand side, you will keep it up, and from the right hand side it goes low. There is a one issue, an operational issue. You need some kind of expertise, because after the 50%, the throttle is power is going to be increases exponentially. So you have the practice. Otherwise, your drones will goes out immediately from your from area. So some of earlier days, if you're working, you have to just put it up one kind of the rope or the close proximity. Otherwise, it will be a problem for you. What are the 6 channels? All the channels, it is, check it out. This is a mode of operation. I hope you find this calibration useful. So this is all about from my side. Any questions?
Yes, participants? Any
Uh,
questions?
Okay, so if there is no
I
question,
think,
thank you. Thank
yes,
you,
sir.
everyone. If you
Sir,
have
thank
any
you
questions,
so much for such an informative session, sir. I hope participant will be getting the needed help from your side.
if anybody have want any type of help related drone and IoT applications and IoTs type of issues, you are welcome in my labs. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
Welcome back all the participants in our post-lunch session on developing consciousness by Mrs. Richa Suman Vyas. Richa Suman Vyas is a management graduate, MBA HR, but corporate jobs never inspired her much. She left corporate world long back and pursued her soul calling in the world of metaphysics and esoteric because she wanted to help people solving the mysteries in their life. After her journey started in this field in the year 2012, there was no looking back. She is a certified integrated clinical hypotherapist and a certified trainer from ECCA. ECCA was earlier known as California Hypnosis Institute of India. It was pan-India presence and has international branches. She is also an numerologist, chakra healer, tarot reader, angel practitioner. Apart from that, Richa Suman Vyas has learned past life regression under celebrity regressionist Dr. Tripti Jain, Raj Pichle Janam Ka frame. Also, she has double certified for PLR therapy. Currently, she is working with many clients of various age groups, nationalities, religious, and treating various emotional, psychological, physical, and psychomatic disorders. She is a clinical hypnotherapist also. So I would like to welcome Mrs. Vyas for delivering her lecture.
Thank you, Divya,
Welcome,
for
Richa.
introducing me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vibha, and very good afternoon to all of you. I think we are good to start.
Yeah, we can start now.
Okay, so let me confess, this is the first time that I am facing so many people from technical field who operate from their left brain, who are very logical and analytical. And I guess you all are here to listen to me with open mind, because there would be some concepts that you are going to listen for the very first time. If you are expecting me to use technical words in my presentation, so yes, there would be many technical words, because as the presentation progress and I start to explain the structure of mind in detail, so I would be using many such terms. And if you are expecting me for the language to be simple, so yes, there would be the language would be as simple as possible, so that you all get all the concepts very easily. And if you expect me to speak something about the spirituality or the spiritual concept, so yes, there would be few concepts here and there where you would get to know something about the metaphysical world or spirituality in general. Give me a moment, so I share my screen. So today's topic, developing consciousness. I would like to begin by asking you all, what do you understand by consciousness? So probably some of you can unmute you and try to answer what do you understand by consciousness. Let this session be a little interactive.
आप जिस व्यक्ति को कॉल करेंगे
Yes, anyone?
Yeah, yeah, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, consciousness means to be able to know what is happening and what you can say is able to respond like that one.
Okay. So in a way, consciousness is like kind of awareness. That's what you mean?
Yeah, it is just like that one.
Yeah, exactly. So consciousness, as we understand, is like the awareness. So when someone becomes unconscious, that means that person is not aware of his or her surrounding, not even about himself or herself, right? So consciousness, in simple word, is simply the awareness. Now, how we develop consciousness and what is the purpose of developing consciousness and why we should develop it? And you must have heard these terms like higher consciousness, lower consciousness, etc. So we would be talking about that. So now, in what ways we can develop consciousness? So broadly speaking, there could be like 3 ways in developing consciousness. One is breath work. Breath work, like in yoga, you do Alom Vilom, and there are various other breathing exercises like deep breathing. So breath work, it cleanses your mind, body, and soul. Breath work is supposed to cleanse your karma as well. And breath work is supposed to have wonderful effects on your mind. And through breath work, you can rise in your consciousness. So this is one of the techniques. Next is chakra work. Chakra, I don't know how many of you have heard this word or this term chakra before, but chakra is like energy centers in our body. So there are 7 major chakras in our body. And these 7 major chakras are linked to 7 major glands, endocrine glands in our body. So when cosmic energy is there, which is being received by chakra, so these chakras provide that energy to our endocrine glands, and that is how our body functions in an effective way. So when we work upon chakra, we can resolve many issues. And third is mind work, because whatever is happening in our life, it is happening because first it comes in our thought. And when it comes in our thought, mind becomes active. So breath work is not my forte, so I would not be speaking on it. Chakra, yes, I do speak on chakra and I teach chakra, but maybe in some other session, maybe we can take a separate session at some other time where I would be speaking solely on chakra. But in this session, I would be speaking solely on mind work. So when we talk about mind, now I'm going to ask you what you understand by mind, because there would be many people. If I ask you what is mind, you would be able to tell me what does mind do. But can you give me a definition of mind? Try giving me some definition of mind. What do you understand by mind? Anyone?
Okay, so if somebody asks me, for me, mind is nothing but the part of the brain that thinks and remembers. Whatever are our thoughts, feelings, everything that is stored in the mind.
Your voice is not coming.
Okay, anyone else? That was good enough, Vibha. I was mute. I think you were not able to hear me. Okay, anyone else?
In my opinion, I would say mind is nothing but it is a state of some entity which changes according to the situation.
Okay.
Means even if the situations are same, we may think differently for the same situation, in my opinion.
Okay. Okay. So according to you, mind is a certain kind of a state and it keeps changing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. Anyone else?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, according to me, what I think is mind is what which makes us aware of the surrounding.
Okay, all right. So mind is something that makes you aware, not only of surrounding, but many, many, many other things as well. Yeah. And what are those things we are going to study in next 1.5 hour?
Mone bhai. Sorry.
Okay. So now let me come to the definition of mind. So if we define mind in one simple sentence, mind is a ball of energy which is all around you. Okay. And the center of this energy is in the stomach, is in the pit of your stomach. So mind is something, suppose if I ask you, where is mind? Many of you will point here. Here we have mind. No, here we have brain. It is not mind, right? So how mind is different from brain, you will learn about it in detail in coming few minutes. So mind is ball of energy which is all around your body, and the center of it is in the pit of your stomach. So mind is something which is all around you. So the theory of mind that I'm going to explain is a therapeutic model based on the research data compiled by Dr. John Kappas, who belonged to USA, and this model is copyrighted. So for example, after attending this session, if you want to check something on Google about mind, about different concepts that I explained to you in this session, I think you would not be able to find it on Google because this is copyrighted. Although you will get many, many, many other concepts and other material on mind and the parts of mind and all that, but not this model. This is exclusive. Now you can see this figure. Now this ball of energy, which is all around this figure, this is the mind. Okay. And this diameter is nearly about 12 feet. So whenever we talk about mind, people say that, oh, through mind, we put logic, we think, we analyze, we become aware. So all those things that we say about mind, I'm not saying that it is not true. Yes, they are true. But if you have to define mind in one single definition or one single sentence, then we can say that mind is the ball of energy, which is all around your body. Now let me explain in another simple thing through this diagram. What you can see here is a human figure. So when we see each other, we see only the physical body, the gross physical body, right? But apart from this physical body, there are certain other bodies next to it. So next to physical body is the energy body. This is called your aura. You must have heard this term aura quite many times. So this aura or this energy body, it is just next to your physical body. Next to aura or your energy body is your astral body, which is emotional body. Okay. And this outermost body, body number 4, this is called thought body or mental body. So this is physical body, and all these 3 bodies are subtle bodies, which we cannot see with the eyes. Okay. With the eyes, we can only see the physical body. Although there are few apparatus which can read your aura, which can look into your aura, that is a different thing. But in normal case, with the naked eye, we cannot see these subtle bodies. Now, what is the meaning of these bodies? So this is thought body, this is mental body, and this is also called causal body. So these are the thoughts. In a way, this is your mind. So we don't create thoughts in our body. We catch thought from the universe. Okay. So this is the thought body, which is the mental body. So for example, if your thoughts are negative, if you are disturbed because of something, if you are under stress, if you are under any kind of trauma, right? So how your thoughts will be? Your thoughts will be negative. Now, when here in your mental body, when your thoughts are negative, so these thoughts will travel here in your emotional body. What is going to happen? Your emotions will become negative, right? So you will not feel good, you will cry, or at least you may want to cry. and you will become sad. So your emotions will get disturbed. And when your emotions get disturbed, these disturbed emotions will travel to your energy body, which is your aura. Now in your aura, it is said that there are 72,000 energy meridians. Okay. So when these emotions which are already disturbed and when they are traveling in your aura, all these 70,000 energy meridians, they will get disturbed. And when these energy meridian get disturbed, when your energy field get disturbed, so there would not be enough energy for your chakras to process, right? So the cosmic energy that shall come to your body in the purest form, it gets impure. It gets contaminated because of thought, because of negative thought. I guess that is the reason why we always stress upon positive thinking, right? So when the chakras don't get pure energy to process, to provide it to your endocrine glands, what is going to happen? Your physical body is going to be affected. So any disease, any physical ailment that you have in your body, so just imagine your physical body is the last body where it is manifesting, where you get it. All it starts here in your thoughts. Okay. So this is the one awareness I want everybody to get from here today, because if you are suffering from diabetes, if you're suffering from depression, if you're suffering from thyroid issue, where you have created, it will not come in your body on its own. It must have created from here, then it traveled here, and then in your physical body, because now your glands are not functioning properly. So what we have to do? We have to make our thoughts positive, right? When the thoughts are positive, your emotions will be positive, your energy will be pure, and your chakras, which are 7 in number, although there are many chakras, minor chakras in your entire body, but here we are talking about 7 major chakras. So these 7 major chakras will get pure energy if you have positive thoughts here. So that is why the mental body or the thought body is also called the causal body, because this is the cause of every illness or everything, every situation that you are facing in your life. Now, this is the mental body in general, which is your mind. Now I'm going to talk about mind. Before that, we have to look into this flow chart that I just explained, how your thoughts affects your emotions, and your emotions in general affects your energy, and your energy affects your physical body. And your mind has all these bodies. Your mind affects all these 4 bodies. So this mind must be very important thing, right? We have to work upon mind. And you have to start working upon your mind as soon as possible, because understanding this, because mind is the cause of everything. How can you ignore mind? So what is mind? What exactly is mind? I told you what exactly is mind. Now I'm going to tell you the different parts of mind. You must have heard about these concepts, conscious mind and subconscious mind, right? So mind can be roughly divided into 2 parts. One is conscious mind and one is subconscious mind. So your conscious mind, which is actually your brain, which is actually here. When we talk about mind, and if you say that my mind is here, no, this is only the conscious part of your mind, not the entire mind. So this conscious mind is your brain, and it constitutes only 10 to 12% of your total mind. Rest of the 88 to 90% is your subconscious mind. Subconscious, as you might be aware, it is in your, if something is in your subconscious, that means you are not aware of it. The awareness is not there. The consciousness is not fully operated if something goes into your subconscious mind, right? So this must be a very important thing, because it is constituting 88 to 90% of the total mind. So what is the function of conscious mind? So all those things that we were discussing in the beginning, so thinking, analysis, making decisions, etc., etc., this all comes under conscious mind. This is the function of your brain. With your brain, you take decision, you analyze things, you think, you put logic, etc., etc. Right? So right now you are using a lot of your conscious mind in understanding these concepts that I'm presenting you right now. So you must be thinking that, okay, if this is the function of conscious mind, this is the pretty much story of my everyday life, because in everyday life, what we are doing these things only. We think, we put logic, we feel, we analyze, we decide, right? So for example, the moment you open your eyes in the morning, you have to decide so many things. You have to plan your day. You have to take so many decisions. So if you are doing everything using your conscious mind, then what this part is doing? Isn't it strange? You are not aware that what subconscious mind is doing. If you're running your whole life using your conscious mind, then what your subconscious mind is doing? So let me come to subconscious mind. Now, subconscious mind has two important functions. One, it is the storehouse of all the information. And second important function, it keeps you alive. So we can say that God is not moron because it has given only 10 to 12% to conscious mind, and subconscious mind is 88 to 90%. It must be doing something very important. That is why it is bigger, stronger, and more powerful. Right? So the two main function of your subconscious mind, it is the storehouse of all the information, and it helps you to keep you alive. Now, what do you mean by storehouse of all the information? All the information, that means whatever you are seeing in your world, every single information is stored in your subconscious mind. The moment you are born, not only the time you were born, even before that, when you were conceived by your mother, when you were in your mother's womb, from that time onwards, your mind is recording every single detail of your life. What you heard, what you felt, what you saw, each and everything is stored in your subconscious mind. Okay, isn't it amazing? Because there are cases when I took someone into past using regression therapy, and someone goes into that state when he or she was inside the mother's womb, and that person was able to tell many things, what was going on in mother's life and how he was feeling and how as a child it affected her. Next is subconscious mind helps you to keep you alive. Now, how is that possible? Because subconscious mind controls all your vital organs and all your vital functions, right? So if you think that, oh, let me produce some more bile through my liver today, is it possible for you? No, it is not possible, because you cannot consciously decide how much bile to be produced, what should be my heartbeat, what should be my pulse rate, etc., etc. So all these functions, who monitors it? It is being monitored by your subconscious mind. So all your vital organs are monitored by your subconscious mind, whether it is your kidney, your heart, your liver, all the nerves, etc., etc. So it helps you to keep you alive. This is one thing. And another thing, it is said that when we come on earth, now this is little metaphysical. So when we come on earth, our age is not counted in the number of years, but it is counted in the number of breaths. It is there in Vedas. If anybody is fond of reading Vedas, you will find it. So we come with number of breaths, and your subconscious mind will keep you alive till the number of breaths are not consumed fully. So you must have seen few examples where the person falls from like a very short distance, but he dies. On the other hand, a person, no matter how terribly he met an accident, but he survives, because the subconscious mind knows that how many number of breaths. So number of breaths are being stored in your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind will keep you alive till all your breaths are being used. And in fact, there are a few cases, few examples. I'm not sure whether you are aware of them or not, because there are certain yogis who control their breaths to such an extent that they breathe like once in 3 days. Can you imagine? And they are hundreds of years old. And this is no joke. You will find many YouTube videos of such Babas and yogis who live in Himalayas. You obviously will not find them in your day-to-day life, but there are such people using yogic practices. They control their breath. Okay, let's move further. Now, if you do the simple mathematic, you will see that your subconscious mind is roughly about 9 times bigger than your conscious mind, right? So yes, it is 9 times bigger. But if you look at the volume of subconscious mind, it is nearly 6,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. Now, subconscious mind is again divided into two parts. One is modern memory and another part is primitive mind. Now, this primitive mind, some people, especially the psychology students, they call it unconscious mind. So there is one subconscious and then there is one unconscious. So that unconscious part is primitive mind. So subconscious mind is divided into two parts, modern memory and primitive mind. Let's begin with primitive mind. Okay, so when we talk about primitive mind, or when you hear the word primitive, what comes to your mind? What is primitive? What do you understand by it? Any answers?
In my opinion, it just defines the level of certainty, the extent of certainty with which we are going to do something.
Okay, that's what you understand by the word primitive.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
To what degree we are certain of doing something, or our confidence level.
Okay.
And
anyone else? The simple word primitive. What do you understand by primitive?
Primitive means basic.
Yeah. Okay, nice. All right. So primitive awareness from opening these files. So these files are very much accessible. They can be open. You can read them. You can get certain awareness, but obviously you cannot change them. And what else should be there in primitive mind? Fight and flight mechanism. You must have heard fight and flight mechanism because for the fight and flight mechanism to get triggered, there should be some danger in your environment. So if you perceive some crisis or some danger, you will either fight with the danger, or you will run away from it. So there are only two responses when you are faced with danger in front of you. So your fight and flight responses comes from your primitive mind, right? And then what else is there in primitive mind? Okay. So if I ask you, what is the basic fear a child is born with? There are in fact two basic fears. You can tell anyone, or if you know both of them. So what according to you is the basic fear a baby is born with? That means a fear which is there since your birth. So any idea? Anyone? Come on, think about it.
Fear of hunger.
Fear of hunger. Okay. What else? Anyone? Okay, so let me explain. Fear of falling and fear of loud noises. These are the two basic fears that a baby is born with. Later, all those fears that we are afraid of, they are acquired fear. We are not born with it. Suppose you have fear of darkness. There must be some reason in your present life that is the trigger for the fear of darkness or something like that. Fear of strangers, fear of ghosts, fear of monsters, fear of strangers, whatever, right? But when the baby is born, it is born with these two fears, fear of falling and fear of loud noises. So I'm sure many of you are parents and you must have seen your babies, how they behave when they were really young, when they were actually born, right? So a baby is really afraid of loud noises. Sudden loud noises startles a baby. Okay, this is one thing. Second thing is fear of falling. you might not have noticed, but kids have this intrinsic desire to keep them safe. They avoid themselves getting fallen, right? So I give you my own example. When my daughter was very young, like 40 days old, when I decided to give her bath on my own, because before that time when she was born, there were a few ladies who were taking care of her. So when I come back to my home and I asked my husband to hold my baby over the sink so that I can pour some water over her, right? So now the baby, who is just 40 days old, she held the collar of my husband's shirt so tightly, and I was so surprised. I thought, oh my God, such a little baby, and she know that there is some danger, she may fall. So she was holding on to shirt very tightly. So now I can relate, but that time, about 11 years ago, I was not having this knowledge, but now I can relate that baby have this fear of falling since the time they were born. So these are the two fears: fear of falling and fear of loud noises that a child is born with. And Vibha told fear of hunger, it is basically an instinct, it is not fear. So whenever child is hungry, it will cry. Now we come to modern memory. As the name suggests, what you should have in modern memory. So modern memory, it has all your current life experiences. Okay. So since the time you were born, and not only since the time you were born, but since the time when you were conceived by your mother, since then you have been storing all the information in your modern memory, which is this part. So all your current life experiences are there in your modern memory. So let me give you one example, one very interesting example. So this case was handled by my mentor, Dr. Sunny Satin, who was practicing hypnotherapy in California. I'm also a clinical hypnotherapist. So that is how I take people into their subconscious mind to know certain things, from where some things are coming from. Okay. So I was talking about modern memory, and this case came to Dr. Sunny Satin when he was practicing hypnotherapy in California. There was a man like 34, 35 years old. He came to him and he told that he has this sudden fear of, that he's going to die. That fear was not there earlier, but suddenly he had developed this fear, and this is some kind of record which is playing in his mind, that he's going to die. And he was very confused, he was very puzzled, and he got all his tests done to see whether everything is all right, whether if he's ill, whether he requires any medical attention. So he ruled out every single detail, and he was confirmed that there is no such thing, there is no threat to his life. But still he was very disturbed by this thought, which was playing in his mind repeatedly, that he is going to die. So he came to Mr. Sunny Satin, who was a very reputed hypnotherapist there, just to check why it is happening. So when Dr. Sunny Satin asked him what was the time since when this thought is playing in his mind, so he informed him that it was not there earlier, but like couple of months, I'm suffering this recurring thought in my head. Okay, so Dr. Sunny Satin took him back into the time through regression therapy using hypnosis. And using hypnosis, he went back to the very first day when he was born. So he was a premature baby when he was born. Okay, and a nurse kept him inside the incubator, and he was so weak, he was so thin, since he was premature baby, that two nurses were talking to each other. I don't think he's going to survive. I think
Richa, your mic is muted.
I wonder how it gets muted on its own.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so I was talking about the day when he was born. He went back straight to the day one when he was born. He was a premature baby, and he was kept inside a incubator, and there were two nurses standing besides that incubator looking at the baby, and they were talking to each other. One nurse said to another, "Oh, he's so weak, I don't think he's going to survive. I think he's going to die." Now this conversation between the two nurses, the baby heard it, and he kept that conversation, that information in his mind for like 34, 35 years of his age. Now that information that was there in his mind in the format of WinZip file, right? Now that WinZip file got unzipped, and when it got unzipped, because like couple of months back, he had to visit one of his friends who gave birth to a baby. So when he went to the hospital and when he saw the nursery and the incubators, that was the trigger. Okay. So when he saw all those incubators, that WinZip file that was there in his mind for 35 years, now it got unzipped, and now that thought, it start playing in his mind that he is going to die, he is not going to survive. So this is the example of modern memory, how the thoughts and how the actions, how the incidents or the events in your life that had happened long back, and now they are in your subconscious mind. They can affect your present life as well. And the funny thing is, you are not even aware why something is happening in your life, why it is affecting you so much. You don't have any logical reason for that. So am I clear till now? Any doubts?
Ma'am, I would like to ask a single question.
Yeah.
Madam, what are your thoughts on the consciousness of the baby inside the womb?
Okay. So I think I forgot to mention one very important point, that your mind remains the same. Your brain may develop with time. So for example, when the baby is inside the mother's womb, the brain might not have developed, right? It develops fully by the age of 6, but your mind remains the same. Okay. Because your mind is not your brain, your mind is the ball of energy, and your consciousness resides in your mind. It is not in your brain. So when the baby is inside the mother's womb, it is able to hear everything, although it is not able to process or analyze that information, but it is storing all the information, all the feelings, emotions, everything. Okay. So consciousness is there and the baby is fully conscious. Only thing is the baby is not able to analyze that information. Baby is not able to do what to do, to think that what to do with that information. But it keeps storing each and everything, each and every event of his or her life. Got it?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we move ahead?
Sure, sure.
All right. So current life experiences, I just explained. It stores all the information right from the womb stage. All right. So when I talk about womb stage, it is said that although it is not proven by anyone, but it is believed that because this is a metaphysical concept, someday we would be able to prove all those metaphysical concepts using the equation of science and maths. Hopefully one day. So it is being said that the soul of a baby enters on a 4th day of 4th month during the pregnancy. So that is the reason why we say that it is safe to abort the baby till 3 months, because then it is only a biological structure. But beyond 3 months, if someone goes for abortion, it is like a murder of a baby. So when it is moving out of the body and there are no current life experiences, where it will go here in the primitive mind. So the baby, when he is sleeping, he may experience something very pleasant. He will smile in his sleep, or something very traumatic, so he may cry in the sleep, and he say that, oh, baby in his own world. So yeah, it is true. So right now, if I go on lecturing you about the conscious mind, about the subconscious mind, how much you are going to retain? Very little. But when I'm using PPTs and I'm explaining through diagrams, you are getting visuals, so there are chances that you may remember it for a longer time. So visuals directly go to your subconscious. Now, whatever information, likewise, whatever I'm talking right now, it will be there in your conscious mind for about 1.5 hours on an average. Okay. After, what is going to happen after 1.5 hours? This information will trickle down to subconscious mind, because conscious mind has limitation. Remember, it constitutes only 10 to 12% of the total mind, right? So it is very small percentage. It cannot handle so much of information. But the limit of conscious mind to store information is unlimited. So your conscious mind, whatever information comes, it remains there for about 1 to 1.5 hours. You must have noticed how during examination time, whatever we read in the morning just before the exam, we are able to recall it very easily if some question comes from that topic. Why? Because we had just read and we are able to remember those things, those concepts, those answers, because it is still there in the conscious mind. And after 1.5 hours, this information goes into your subconscious mind, which is modern memory. Now, the interesting thing is that what should go to your subconscious and what should not go to your subconscious, because not everything goes to your subconscious. So to prevent every clutter going into your subconscious, we have a critical filter between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Okay. Now, what does this critical filter does? This critical filter is like a guard. So it decides what information it should let go inside the mind and what is not. So it is like a guard which is standing outside the building. If you know certain people, if you know that, okay, these are the people who come to this building regularly, I will allow. And if some stranger is coming and he is trying to enter into that building, the guard will not allow. Same happens with the critical filter. So all the known things, they go into your subconscious mind, and all the unknown concepts, they are retained here and they are sent back to, out of your system through sleep process. Okay. Now, this is the biggest googly of your life, because your subconscious mind has no logic. Your subconscious mind is like a child who is just 5 years old, who doesn't understand much, and whom you can fool very easily, because it cannot put any logic, it cannot analyze. So, and since this part, the subconscious mind, as I told you, this is 6,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. So whatever is entering here in your subconscious, it is getting multiplied by how many times? 6,000 times. Okay. So it is like a photocopier. If you put a wrong paper in the photocopier, how many copies you are going to get? 6,000 copies. And so whatever you are storing in your subconscious, it is getting multiplied over and over and over again, right? But your critical filter does not decide what is good and what is bad. Your critical filter, it develops between 0 to 8 years, maybe 0 to 6 years. So for a child, there is no critical filter. So you must understand, if you're talking to a child who is young, who is like 2 years, 3 years, even newly born. So all those things that a child is hearing, where those things are going, it is going into the subconscious. And when those things are going into the subconscious, they are multiplying by how many times? They are getting multiplied by 6,000 times. And now her whole life or his whole life is now programmed. So for example, if you are telling your kid over and over again, oh, you are so stupid, oh, you don't understand, right? So the kid has a kid which doesn't has any analytical power. Now the kid is going to believe that he's stupid, right? So the whole life he will be behaving like a stupid only. So you can actually program your kid by the age they reach 6 years, before the age of 6 years, 6 to 8 years, okay? Because now there is no critical filter. Once the critical filter is formed, now that critical filter decides what to let in and what not. Now this critical filter, it develops on various belief systems. So for example, there is a kid whose parents are pickpocketers, and the kid has seen that, oh, life is fun because you can steal money and you can have fun without any hard work. So for him, stealing is fun. So now it is his belief system that stealing is fun. Okay, now his critical filter will be developed according to his belief system. So there are many belief systems that we have been storing depending upon what bringing we have got, how we were brought up in our childhood, what we have seen, what we have faced, various circumstances, lifestyle, etc., etc. So for example, if a kid who was put into a dark room and who was locked into a dark room as a punishment, so that kid would forever be afraid of dark in his adult life as well. So there are many belief systems that there are many fears and emotions because your subconscious mind doesn't have any logic. They get stored in your subconscious. I give you another example. For example, if you smoke and if you want to get rid of your smoking habit, how you are able to do it? For the record, let me tell you that willpower works only for 2% of people. So if you think that you can leave smoking just by your willpower, one day you just decide, okay, let me stop smoking. Can you do that? No, you cannot. And there are few people who have tried and who are not able to quit smoking just like that. So why it is so? So whenever you smoke, this becomes a known experience for the conscious mind. Okay, and all these files of when you had some wonderful time just because you smoke, all these files are stored here, and your subconscious mind doesn't have any logic, right? So when you go to a counselor or a doctor or anyone who is helping you in quitting smoking, so you must have seen those horrible pictures in the cinema hall where they show you what can go wrong if you keep on smoking. So smoking के कई सारे आपने ads देखे होंगे where they show you those horrible pictures. But despite knowing that what harm can it done to you, you are not able to quit smoking because your conscious mind is operating only at 10 to 12%, but your subconscious mind, it is not only 9 times bigger, it is 6,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. So for you to quit smoking, you need to go into your subconscious mind and make changes here. And you have to nullify all those files of smoking because your subconscious mind, it likes simple things. So when you top up those files here with a new file that my lungs are smoke free, that file would be on top. And just like a lazy officer, the subconscious mind is going to refer only the top file, and all those thousands of files of smoking, they get nullified. So this is how we work on addiction. This is how we work on changing old belief system. So another example could be, for example, you are not able to save enough money. You are not getting promotion. You are not successful financially. So what had happened? You must be wondering, oh, I have so many degrees. I'm so intelligent. Why I have not reached the place in my life that I ever wanted? Why I'm not making enough money? So it could be possible that in your childhood, you had this belief system that money is the root cause of all evil. You must have seen that how money has ruined certain relationship, how money is not good. You have heard it. You have heard people talking, because in India, we actually look down upon money. I don't know what is the reason, but this is actually true. So if you have this belief system that money is the root cause of all evil, and now this belief system is there in your subconscious mind, and now your subconscious mind is multiplying it by thousands of times. Do you think that it will allow you to earn money in your future life, in your present life? No, it will not. It will stop you. So it will create all those situations where either you will not be able to earn enough money or you will not be able to save it for yourself. Because this is like a very strong magnet which attracts circumstances. So whatever you are storing in your subconscious mind, on the basis of that, you are attracting people, circumstances, events, experiences in your life. So in a way, in a short, you can say that all those answers, which are troubling you, which you are not getting, all those problems, you are going to find solution here in this part, which doesn't has any logic. Now, I told you that how your unwanted things that critical filter doesn't recognize, they go out of the system during the sleep cycle. So for example, we take the example of smoking. When you go to a counselor and the counselor is giving you few tips that how you have to behave, how you have to cut down your smoking, do this, do that, and you are like, yes, this is right. Now I must stop smoking at all cost. So all those suggestions are there in your conscious mind. But when you sleep, what comes in effect? Your critical filter. And now your critical filter doesn't recognize this new information which says that smoking is bad, because you have so many positive experiences with the smoking. So what is going to happen? This suggestion, which is actually good for you, will be thrown out of your body, will be thrown out of your mind through sleep cycle. And the next day you will again be back to smoking. So that is why I told you this is the biggest broccoli, because your critical filter doesn't allow those things which it doesn't recognize, no matter how good they are. Okay, so now how does the sleep cycle work? Let me go back to my original slides that I was showing you. Give me a moment. Till now, any doubt? Because I'm going to start sleep cycle, which is another very interesting topic.
Yeah, actually, what I can see from the chat box, there is one query by Dr. Vivek Sharma. How can we make our subconscious mind positively powerful?
Okay, yeah, very nice question. And I'm coming to that topic shortly, how you can reprogram your subconscious and how you can make your subconscious more powerful. So it is done by auto suggestion. I'm coming to that topic. How to come out of it? Can anyone help? Because I want to change the slide.
You can close this PPT, na?
How to close it? I closed,
Simply
but
press escape button will do.
I did that. But stop share, I did a stop share. And then I did this share screen again. Let me try one more time.
It again came to same slide.
Yeah, that's what to do now.
And slides are also not moving. Are you able to go to the next slide here?
Next slide, yes, I think I'm able to go.
In that case.
Okay, let me
is
continue
working.
from here itself.
Yes, it is working.
Because I can come to sleep cycle from these slides also. So no point wasting time. All right. Now sleep cycle. Sleep cycle is again very interesting topic, very important topic, because when we sleep, we see many dreams. And sometimes we wonder that why we are seeing certain dreams, what is the meaning, and we often go to Google to search the meaning, right? So when we sleep, So for example, whatever time you sleep, you can divide it into 3 parts. First third, middle third, and last third, right? So if you are sleeping, for example, 6 hours in the night, between 12 to 6, you can roughly divide 2 hours each. And when you go to sleep, the first third part, that means first 2 hours of your sleep, if you get dreams during that part, these dreams are called processing dreams. Processing dreams, that means whatever you have done throughout the day, so those things are being processed by your mind, because your mind has to process certain experience so that it can be effectively stored in your subconscious, right? So your subconscious mind is stored every experience that you had in the previous day or the entire day. So it stores according to, then the feeling is attached, whether that experience was good, bad, traumatic, irritable, etc., etc. So let me give you one example. For example, if you had a fight with your boss, with your HOD, with your senior, anyone during the daytime, and now if you are worried about, oh, you may lose your job because you had fight your boss, right? And now you are worried that you may be sacked by your boss. So when you go to sleep, how this experience is being converted into a dream. So you will, because let me clear one thing as well, when you dream, your dreams are always metaphorical in nature. So you're not going to dream the event as it is. You will not see your boss or the office or the whole setup, etc., etc. But you will see something else in the metaphorical form. So you will see a dream where you are running in a jungle, a monster is running behind you, spitting the fire, and you are running for your life. So here the monster is your boss, and you're running because your boss is angry. So the whole experience is being converted into some metaphorical story. Okay. Then we come to middle part of the dream, which are actually predictive dreams. So in the middle of the night, in the middle of your sleep cycle, whatever dreams you have, those dreams are predictive dreams. That means those dreams can actually give you message what is going to happen in your future. So for example, today you decide that, okay, I have enough money now, let me quit my job and I'm going on a world tour, right? So when you are going on a world tour, you are having a good time, you are spending a lot of money. Now your subconscious mind, which has everything, every information stores. So your subconscious mind will try to warn you. It will try to give you message that you should stop whatever you are doing. So what dream you may have. So you will see yourself standing in a corner, somewhere in the lesser known part of the street, wearing tattered clothes, old clothes, having a bowl in your hand. Then someone comes, put a coin in your bowl and goes away. And suddenly you will wake up from your dream. You are now sweating and you think that, what a terrible dream. Why did I see such a dream where I'm seeing myself as a beggar? So I would suggest you have a look at your watch, what time it is. If it is in the middle of your sleep cycle, that means this dream is predictive. And what it is predicting, it is predicting that whatever you are doing, if you continue doing it, this is going to happen in the future. That means if you are not stopping this tour and you are spending money like this, there might be a situation in the future where you have to ask financial help from others. So these dreams are predictive. That comes in the middle of the night. Now we come to third part of the sleep cycle, which is the last 1/3. This is just about when you wake up. So when you are about to wake up in the morning, and those dreams, those are usually very weird dreams. People say that, oh, morning dreams come true, but it is not so. Morning dreams never come true. On the other hand, morning dreams are just opposite of what is going to happen in your life, because these are venting dreams. Venting dreams means your subconscious mind is throwing away the unimportant information. So these are the venting dreams. So now let me give you one example of venting dreams. For example, you come to me, Richa, I have this presentation coming up in a few days and I have fear of public speaking. Now, what do? So I start your therapy. right? I'm giving you session to make you more confident, to make you a good speaker. And then one day you call me up and say that, oh, Richa, I had this terrible dream in the morning where I was giving my presentation and people were laughing at me. They were throwing things at me. Oh my God, what kind of dream it was. So what I'm going to say, I will say, congratulations, your therapy has been successful. Why? Because your subconscious mind now knows that whatever fear you're storing in your subconscious, it is not needed. And now it is being thrown away from your subconscious. So whatever terrible dreams that you have during the morning hours, you have to just make it opposite. Well, there are few people who say that morning dreams are actually sometimes come true. Those are not dreams. Those are actually, some kind of visions, because it is believed that we astral travel during our sleeps, and sometimes it so happens that our astral body travels ahead in time and we see the actual event which is going to happen after a certain time. So how would you differentiate between a dream, which is metaphorical, and a vision which is going to happen? Vision is always literal. Vision happens as it is. So I have few students of mine who gave me this example where the morning dream have come true. So in that case, they like one of my students, she told me that how she saw a native village and the house, and then the entire setup of the room. And then he saw her grandmother's body lying on the floor because she had died. She'd never been to her native village in her entire life. And after a few days, it actually happened. Her grandmother died, and she had to visit the native village. And this was the room that she saw in her dream. It exactly came true as it is. In other cases, dreams are metaphorical. That means you have to make some meaning of it. What is going to happen? So when you try to analyze your dreams, you get certain awareness, what is going to happen. So in a way, your dream cycle, your sleep cycle is also helping you in enhancing your awareness, in developing your consciousness. Now, this is another interesting thing to look at your conscious mind and subconscious mind. So your conscious mind, which is actually brain, it is like CPU, okay? And your subconscious mind is a hard disk because it just keeps on storing everything. It doesn't process anything. Here you have all the rules of your life. What is right, what is wrong, what is going to happen, and how it should happen, what should I do, what should I not do, etc., etc. And in your subconscious mind, you only have experiences. And what is more powerful? Your subconscious mind is more powerful because it experiences, and those experiences get multiplied. Give me a moment because I'm trying to find the correct slide because I'm not able to go back to the other folder. Now, let me tell you another interesting concept, how to be happy. Now, since you know that whatever is happening in your life, you are responsible. You must have heard this term, Aham Brahmasmi. That means I am the creator of my own universe. This is true because whatever is happening in your life, you are responsible. And why you are responsible? Because you are storing certain things in your subconscious mind. Just imagine using your conscious mind, which is only 10 to 12% of your total mind, you have reached moon. Not only moon, you have reached Mars today, right? What is going to happen if you start using the rest of the 88 to 90% of your mind? God is not moron. giving the 90% to subconscious mind and giving only 10 to 12% of your conscious mind. So it is high time you recognize the power of your subconscious mind and start working on it, to reprogram it and to recognize what you have been storing which is not in your favor. Now we come to next important topic, which is flip model. Vibha, how much time do you have? I mean, shall I continue with this topic or shall we take up the question and answer?
Actually, we are having half an hour available with us. So I don't know how much time you'll require for discussing it, or otherwise, if you want, we can switch over to the question and answer sessions also.
Okay, so let me avoid flip model because I want to talk about auto suggestion, that someone is asking how to reprogram subconscious mind, right?
Yeah, we can go to that.
So we can go to that topic. Let me stop sharing. All right. So now the question arises how to reach your subconscious mind and how to find out what you have been storing which is not good for you, and how you change those things and store something new, to feed something new in your subconscious mind which could be empowering to you and which could empower your life, right? So there are few techniques to reach your subconscious. Again, the same things that I mentioned during the starting of the session. One is breath work. Through breath work, you can reach your subconscious mind. Next is meditation. Using meditation, because I don't know how many of you meditate actually. So let me know. Is anyone into meditation? Serious kind of meditation? Would you like to share your experiences of your meditation?
Anyone from the participants?
Hello, madam. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Archana.
Ma'am, actually, we try to meditate sometime, but actually we don't we don't be persistent in meditation for long. So what we can do for that?
Okay, all right. So the technique that I'm going to talk about, which is auto-suggestion, it will also help you in meditation. It has many positive effects. Okay, all right. So one thing is breath work, through which you can reach your subconscious mind. Another technique is meditation. Through meditation also you reach your subconscious mind, because when someone goes very deep into meditation, they start getting certain visions either from the past or from the future, etc., etc. And then the third technique is what we call hypnosis. It is like what I do. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and through self-hypnosis you can go into your subconscious and you can feed certain things. Now I don't have time to teach self-hypnosis here, so rather I would talk about auto-suggestion. Auto-suggestion is like you take one affirmation, one positive sentence, and you read it again and again and again, because there is a law of repetition. More you do something, better you get at it, right? So for example, the example for auto-suggestion could be, I am becoming happier day by day. I am healthy, happy, and rich, whatever you want for yourself. Okay, so through auto-suggestion, you can work upon various areas of your life. For example, if you want to improve certain skills like singing, painting, or you want to improve your sports, if you are playing certain sports, if you want promotion in your field, whatever work you are doing, it can help your kids also. You can teach them auto-suggestion, because if they want good grades in their studies, if they want to increase their concentration, or if you're looking forward to some deep sleep which is eluding you, so a sleep pattern can be improved. You can get rid of certain psychological conditions. You can maintain certain peace and harmony in your life. So whatever suggestion you want to give to yourself, you can attend it by auto-suggestion. But there are certain rules of auto-suggestion, right? So what are those rules? For example, I want to give myself certain suggestion, and I am repeating it again and again. But what are those things that I have to keep in mind before the formation of that suggestion, because your subconscious mind doesn't has any logic. So in case something goes wrong, your subconscious mind is going to multiply it 6,000 times, right? So first rule, your suggestion should be positive. For example, if you're looking for more money for yourself, so you are not going to say, I'm not poor. Okay, because your mind, your subconscious mind, especially, it doesn't understand no, right? So because your subconscious mind works on images, it doesn't work on logic. So when you are saying that I'm not poor, or I'm not poor anymore, so no and not, it doesn't have any image. Only image it will create is of poor. So to make you not poor, it will make you poor. It will work upon images. So instead of that, you will say that I am rich, I have enough money, right? For example, if you are trying to lose weight, so you are not going to say that, oh, I'm losing weight. No, this is not the right solution, because your subconscious mind doesn't like losing anything. So instead, you will say that I'm getting healthier, lighter, and slimmer day by day. So the first principle is the suggestion should be positive, right? Second suggestion, it should be in the present tense, because your subconscious mind doesn't know past or future. For your subconscious mind, everything is in present tense. So you will not say I'm getting rich, or I'm becoming rich, or I will be rich. I will be rich very soon. This is very common mistake. Many people say that, oh, I will be rich very soon. If you are saying that you will be rich very soon, your subconscious mind will keep you pending that richness. That richness will be pending. So you have to give yourself suggestion, I am rich now. Everything is now. This is another awareness that you should understand. Everything is now. You should not keep anything pending. You should not keep anything in the future. Everything is now. In fact, there is a very good book by Eckhart, The Power of Now. In reading, you can read that Power of Now. So first, it should be positive. Second, it should be in present tense. And third, it should be plausible or possible, right? So it is not like you want to be the PM of India and you start getting suggestion, I'm becoming, or I'm the Prime Minister of India. I'm not saying that it is not possible. It may be possible someday, but you have to go step by step. First, you should enter the politics, then you should win certain election. So make your goal, which is possible. Break it into small steps. So for example, if you are earning like 1 lakh per month, and you think that, oh, my earning should be at least 4 lakh per month. Or maybe you believe that my earning should be like 1 crore per month. So from 1 lakh to reach 1 crore, how much time do you think it requires? It is not going to happen overnight. So when you are giving yourself unrealistic expectation, your conscious mind will come into play, your conscious mind will interfere, and your conscious mind will not believe it. And when your conscious mind is not believing it, your subconscious mind will not be effective, because your conscious mind is interfering, right? So you have to break your goal into little steps. So third important thing, it should be plausible. And then one, it should be in present tense, it should be in positive, it should be plausible or possible. Fourth thing you have to keep in mind, that you have to do it again and again and again, right? You have to repeat that auto suggestion like 21 times for 21 days. Now, why 21 times and why 21 days? Because we believe that for doing it, we believe that 7, 3, 7, 21 and 108, these are magical numbers. Many research have been done on these numbers, and according to Hindu mythology also, according to Vedas, if we do certain things like 21 times or 108 times, it becomes more effective, it becomes permanent. So there is a concept of neuro pathway. We have to create a neuro pathway. So when we do certain things 21 times for 21 days, a new neuro pathway created in your mind. And then you have to continue for 40 days, maybe for 3 months, because we believe that in 3 months, your whole body gets renewed. So if you're working upon your health, so you have to know that it will take around 3 months to get over certain illness. So depending upon your auto suggestion, if it is small, you can repeat it 21 times, or if it is big, like 2-3 lines, then you have to repeat it for 7 times, because obviously if it is a para, you cannot repeat it 21 times, and it will become rather cumbersome. It will become difficult, and your subconscious mind likes only easy things. Your subconscious mind doesn't like difficult things. Remembering something and doing something consciously, it requires conscious mind, and here we have to bypass the conscious mind. So it is very important for you that auto suggestion should be precise. So there are 5 things. It should be plausible, it should be in present tense, it should be positive. You should repeat it over again and again for some time. And then it should be precise as well. So any doubts in how to give auto suggestion and anything related to it?
Ma'am, how chakras affect our mental status?
See, chakras, as I mentioned during the beginning of the session, these are the energy centers and the cosmic energy which is available for everyone, which is unlimited. These chakras process that energy and they provide that energy to endocrine glands. So chakras not only affect your mental status, they affect your financial condition also, they affect your relationship also. So every chakra has different role, right? So if you are talking about love and all the things related to relationship, why you are not able to forgive someone, or why you're not getting love in return, this is the role of heart chakra. So you have to see, you have to scan your heart chakra, whether it is working for you or not. If you are having some kind of confusion, memory loss, or something related to brain, then your crown chakra comes into effect. So likewise, every chakra has different department. Okay.
So
Madam,
yeah, Divya.
Yes, ma'am. How can make them strong, ma'am? How can we identify that which chakra is weak? According to you, that which part is of our life is affecting? We can identify that which chakra is weak.
See, if you work upon chakra, you have to you have to meet me, or you have to contact me so that I can scan your chakras. As I mentioned earlier, chakra is a different topic altogether, right?
Okay.
So maybe one day I will give full presentation only on chakras, and where I would be explaining all these 7 chakras in detail and what happens when they get blocked, how to open them, etc., etc.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, there is one more question in the chat box, that is how to overcome our subconscious mind from repetitive thoughts.
Okay, so if you want to come over from the repetitive thoughts, you have to cancel that thought in your mind, put a red cross. You have to imagine, you have to visualize a red cross over that thought, and then you have to convert that thought into the positive one. And then you have to repeat that positive thought over and over and over again, so that new habit is formed. Neuro pathway that I was talking about. So you have to cancel the old thought and you have to convert it into the new positive thought, and then you have to practice it so that a new habit is developed. I know it sounds easy, but it is not that difficult either. You can do it. Only thing you need is practice.
Okay, any more questions somebody want to ask?
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is the change in name or the change in spelling of the name can really affect our life?
Yes, it does. Because every number, we believe that, because I'm a numerologist as well, every number and every alphabet represent a planet, right? So when you are tweaking the spelling of your name, that means you are playing with the planet. You are removing certain planets and you are inviting certain other planets in your name. So yes, it affects your spelling. And again, why it affects? Because when I suggest you some new spelling, I ask you to write it down, do the written practice like 21 times thrice a day. what is going to happen when you do written practice? Again, the role of subconscious mind, the new spelling goes into your subconscious mind and you start attracting those vibrations of those new planets.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, here I want to add my experience also. Actually, Richa has corrected the spelling of name of my son. And we have observed a change in personality. Like initially he was not very sincere and all, but after changing that, we have observed a drastic change. Thank you, Richa, for that.
So nice of you, Vima. And it's good to have the positive feedback always. So thank you so much. Okay, anything that you couldn't understand between the conscious and the subconscious, and how to reprogram your subconscious and how powerful it is? So let me sum up. If there is no other query, let me sum up few points regarding the subconscious and how to develop the consciousness, how to rise in your consciousness. Yeah. Okay, so when we talk about subconscious mind is very powerful. It is 6,000 times more powerful than the conscious mind. So if you're deciding something with your conscious mind, you may not get success. But if you feed that thing into your subconscious, it is getting multiplied by 6,000 times, and it is going to happen in your life and you will see the changes. Another important thing about your subconscious mind is it doesn't has any logic. It is like just a 5-year-old child. You can fool it anytime you want for your own favor, for your own good. Okay, so it doesn't has any logic. So if you want to become rich, start telling that you are rich. If you want to become more fit, healthier, start telling yourself that you're becoming healthier. And if you want to lose weight or you want to get promotion, you just have to make your subconscious believe that it is happening in your life and it is happening in present, not in future. And for anything to feed in your subconscious, you have to do it repeatedly over and over again to make it a habit. So that is how you get, because whatever is happening in your life, your subconscious mind is attracting those kind of situations. So once you realize that there is unhealthy pattern, like I gave the example of financial failure, where you are not either getting good finances, good money in your life, or you are not able to save it, that means there is a pattern. Some money comes in your life and some expenses come along with it, and you are able to spend and you end up spending all that money. So when you realize that there is some unhealthy pattern in your life, that means you are storing some belief system in your subconscious mind. And by going into your subconscious mind, you can work upon it. You can change that belief system. You can work upon it. So this is how you rise in your awareness. This is how you rise in your consciousness. And this is how you develop consciousness. Consciousness is like you have to remain in the present, because your subconscious mind always works in present. It doesn't know the past, it doesn't know the future. Why the past lives affect you so much in the present life? Because for the subconscious mind, since it is storing all the past lives as well, but the subconscious mind doesn't know that that was the past life and that is over. It should not affect your present life. In present life, you are a different person with a different name, with different identity and different life plan. Your subconscious mind doesn't know that. So something triggers your past life, it will start affecting your present life, because your subconscious mind doesn't understand the difference. So whatever is happening, you are going to find the answer in your subconscious mind. And through auto-suggestion, you can plan your life, you can set goals for yourself. Auto-suggestion, you can develop new habit, and you can achieve depth in your meditation. You can do anything. Okay.
Thank you so much, madam, for the wonderful session, because today it was very mind-blowing, because usually we were only busy with our curriculums, but today really it was very nice, madam. Thank you.
You are most welcome, Deepa. Pleasure is all mine.
Ma'am, thank you for this out of the box information for the technical persons.
Thank you, Divya. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anybody is having any other question?
is it possible to get the contact detail of madam so that we can communicate with her in future?
Ma'am, can you share your email and phone number in the chat box?
Yeah, let me write. Okay, so I shared my email address and my phone number.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Anybody wants to ask anything else?
So it was really nice interacting with you all. So for any further query, you can contact me directly, or right now, if you have any doubt, you can ask me here. Okay, so that's it, I think.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful session. And participants, I hope all of you have filled the form.
Thank you so much.
Feedback form.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Richa.
Thank you, ma'am.
Today we have learned a number of things, like why we are not able to recall the recent information, that is how we are going to recollect the recent information, and whatever we have studied or read previously, why we are not able to recall it. This is first thing. Then the concept of critical filter, then how to overcome the addiction, morning dreams will not come true. That was a wrong concept that was available with us.
Yeah, correct.
Then dreams are metamorphical, and flip model we were not able to undergo today, but in coming sessions we may want to.
Some other time, definitely.
Right.
Ma'am, your thoughts, many times I have listened from Vibha madam. I can.
Okay.
So
All
thank
right.
you very much from my side. Divya?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, ma'am.
So
Okay, thank you.
Have a nice day, everyone. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.